Well, good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the regular meeting of the Dearborn Heights City Council, October 28, 2025, at 6:02. Madam Deputy Clerk, would you take roll call, please? Present.
Nancy Breyer,
Here.
Robert Constant,
Present.
Denise Malinowski Maxwell,
Here.
Hassan Saab,
Present.
Tom Wenzel.
Present.
Council Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Clerk. Mr. Mayor, it will only be fit for you to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We welcome.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, Mayor. Moving on to number 3, agenda approval.
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
I move the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the agenda for the regular meeting of October 28, 2025 as submitted.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair.
Councilman Constant? Wenzel, sorry.
The agenda's out of order. 3A and 3B should be in after the public comments. It's always been that way. Anything that we're voting on is after the public has a chance to speak on it. That's when I recommended this and had it approved last year. That was the intent, to have the people speak out on all agenda items before they're voted on. So I'm gonna make a motion that we move 3A and 3B right after public comment.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Wenzel, seconded by Councilwoman Denise Malinowski Maxwell.
Didn't you have a motion on the table already, Council Chair?
You have a motion on the table.
Oh, we have to approve that first? Okay, I'm sorry.
Or
Okay,
amend.
so we had a motion on the table first.
We can amend.
Or amend the motion.
What's that? I'm sorry. Let's keep it to the Council Chair. Madam Deputy Director.
Or you can amend the motion.
Okay, so we need to vote on the first one first?
You
No.
can vote on it, or you can amend it.
Okay. Would you like to amend your motion?
No.
Okay, he doesn't. Let's take it to a vote then. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
No.
Madam, please take roll call.
Lord have mercy on us.
Nancy Breyer,
Sorry, public.
No.
You have no voice.
Robert Constant,
Yes.
Denise
Oh, I
Malinowski
meant
Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I meant yes.
Yes.
Councilwoman, yes to approve the agenda?
Yes.
Yes to approve the agenda. Please note that.
Okay. Hassan Saab,
Yes.
Tom Wenzel,
Public, I make an official apology that you have no voice in the
Point of order.
Councilman,
item A,
It's a
3A and
vote.
Point
3B.
of order.
And
Point of-
I'm explaining
Councilman.
my vote.
it's a vote.
Okay.
no.
I'm sorry. You can take this up with the other council members that voted to approve this.
Point of order.
Without you having a voice on 3A or 3B. That's how much you mean to them. I say no.
You could have said that in discussion, Councilman.
Hassan
I'll
Ahmad,
talk when I want to talk,
Yes.
when it's approved.
Point of order, Councilman, please.
motion carried.
Thank you very much. Moving on to 3A, Mayor Baidoon Corporation Council Appointment Confirmation.
Council Chair,
Councilman Saab.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the appointment of Mr. Gary Mayaki as the Corporation Counsel effective immediately, term to expire on December 31st, 2025, in accordance with the Section 5.13A and Section 5.15 of the City Charter as outlined in 3A.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Mayor?
thank you so much, and to this body, I express that you know that we are currently in a federal lawsuit. I have asked Mr. Miyake that if he were to jump on here, we would be saving the city and the taxpayers a lot of money. There's a lot of things that we've been spending on legally, and where Mr. Miyake is actually taking a lot less of a pay. We'll be able to be funded to now this role as corporation counsel, so that we no longer have to also pay a corporation counsel and a special legal counsel. Where I've also stressed to Mr. Miyake that don't forget, the sand on me is still very fresh. So I don't want you to think that you're representing me as the mayor or the administration, but I want you to represent Dearborn Heights as a whole, because that is the most important role. I know that he has served from other administrations, I may have even had a little bit of back and forth with him on different things. I want him to know that he represents the city of Dearborn Heights. He does not represent only the administration or the mayor or just the city council. He works for the residents of Dearborn Heights, and so if you guys graciously give him this appointment today, I want you guys to know that I have pledged and he has pledged to working for all of residents in Dearborn Heights.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I'm just going to echo whatever the mayor said. I hope, Mr. Mayaki, you'll be, and I am pretty sure you are, and you're going to be the lawyer for the whole city. And just want to note that the term to expire on December 31st, 2025. Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Usually other people get pinned. You can just pick this up yourself. Yeah. It's not like writing an email, but it's.
It's tight.
Make the guy. I feel like he's done this like 5 times already. We sit here, new administration, he comes on, something happens, he leaves, we
Mayor,
fight.
Mayor, are you all set?
I'm sorry, okay. I was talking to Ray. I felt like I was just talking to Ray.
Okay, let's
I'm
keep it
sorry.
one meeting, please. Moving on to 3B, Council Chairman Ahmad, City Council appointment. As you know, at the October 14 meeting, 2025, a council seat became vacant when Council Chair Baidoon became the mayor of the city. So per charter, City Charter Section 4.7 resignations, resignation of elective officers shall be acted upon by the City Council at its next regular meeting. In addition, Section 4.5, filling vacancies in elective office. When a vacancy occurs in any elective office, the vacancy shall be filled by appointment by a majority of the City Council of a qualified person who shall serve until the vacancy is filled by election at the next general city, state, or national election for the unexpired term of office and until his successor shall have been elected and qualified. So since Council Chair Baidoon became the mayor, so we have a vacant seat. So the charter basically says for the City Council to act upon that, but doesn't say exactly how. I don't know if Mr. Miyaki, now since you are the Corp Counsel, do you want to clarify that to the public?
This is on. Basically, the council can choose usually two processes. Either one, it can end up doing a motion, like it did when it filled the vacancy of the mayor, or two, it can do nominations. But it doesn't have to do either. It has the option of doing it however it wishes to.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I'd like to put a motion forward to appoint Bob Constant to fill the current seat, the current city council vacancy, who shall serve. The vacancy is filled by the election, who shall serve until the vacancy is filled by the next election and the next general, city, state, or national election for the unexpired term of office, and until his successor shall be elected and qualified. This vacancy for this position, whose term will expire on or about November 20th of 2026. Mr. Constant, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you, Councilman. So we have a motion by
Yes.
Councilman Saab to nominate Councilman Constant for the seat. Councilman, do you accept and do you second that?
Yes.
And I move on to any more nominations.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I'd like to nominate Hussein Anani.
We have a nomination by Councilwoman Denise Malinowski Maxwell for Hussein Anani. Do we have a second first?
I second it.
It's seconded by Councilman Wenzel. Is Hussein here and does he accept? Hussein accepts a nomination. So we can take this to a vote. Maybe roll call. Councilman Constant, who would you vote for?
Is there any more
Yeah,
nominations?
I'm sorry, there's more nomination.
All right. For the term that ends December 31st, I'd like to nominate.
No.
There's no,
that's-
there's still, we have to
That's
fill
two
that seat
different.
first.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
all right.
Councilman Constant, who will you vote for?
Myself.
Yourself? Councilwoman Nancy Breyer?
Bob Johnson.
Councilman Saab?
Mr. Bob Constant?
Councilwoman?
Hussein Anani.
Any? Councilman Wenzel?
Hussein Anani.
And I go for Bob myself. Congratulations, Councilman.
Council Chair?
Hang on one second.
Council Chair?
What's,
A councilman cannot hold both
once he has
positions
to
at a
resign.
time? Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then he has to get sworn in right now.
Yeah.
Yes, so there
Go ahead.
should be a motion to accept his resignation at the same time.
Yeah, I move to resign my seat that ends December 31st of 2025.
Upon receiving the oath of office for the new one.
Yes.
Council Chair?
Seconded by Councilman Saab. Any more discussion?
Council Chair, I believe the resignation letter has to be submitted to the clerk's office before any resignation is accepted.
No, according to whatever I have here, Councilman, he can, his resignation as member of the Dearborn City Council upon receiving the oath of office. So after he received the oath of office for this seat, the resignation can be received and accepted by us.
Well, that, my opinion was per the clerk herself.
What's that?
That was what I was told by the clerk herself.
Mr. Mayaki, do you have any input on this?
My recollection, and I would like to end up actually taking a look at section 4.7, but my sense is that that is incorrect, that a resignation could actually be made orally here and acted upon by the body.
Thank you very much. I thought that's
Yeah,
what Glenn told me too.
If I may, Council Chair.
Mayor, go ahead.
I think when, same thing happened with me. When I resigned, I gave my resignation and I accepted the same thing with the former mayor as well.
Correct. I remember
I
that.
don't think you, but the formal way is if you wanted to, and it wasn't a city council meeting and you just wanted to leave, you would submit it to the clerk's office.
That's correct. That's just happened 2 weeks ago. Dana, would you please do the honor of the
Absolutely.
oath of office for Mr. Constant?
All right, Mr. Constant? I left that seat warm for you, sir. Congratulations.
Do we have to vote on his resignation, or
Did we vote?
Get sworn in
do we have to
now.
vote
Yeah,
on
right
his
now.
resignation, accepting it, or no?
Corporation, that's
do we-
what I was going to ask. Corporation Council,
Do we
should
need-
we vote on the resignation to accept his resignation?
Or does,
Or can we just accept
It should be
that?
part of the same, it should be part of the motion. In other words, there needs to be a motion to formally accept and to deem him to be filling the vacancy that was left in then Councilman Baydun's seat, effective at the same time upon his oath of office being administered. So
so you're
maybe
saying
I
we
can
need a
say that.
motion to appoint him again, and that the same motion?
You should, to
Okay.
basically make it clear
We'll do
for the
that.
record. If you
Well, just
want.
amend your motion in that.
Amend your motion to appoint him to take that seat and accept his resignation upon receiving the oath of office.
So,
Right here.
so I amend my motion to accept Councilman Constant's resignation as a member of the. I put a motion forward to accept Councilman Constant's resignation as a member of the Dearborn Heights City Council upon him receiving his oath of office.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any more, no more discussion, right? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Councilman? Madam Deputy Clerk? Here, up. You can do it here if you want. It's fine.
Bob doesn't like the attention.
I, Robert Constant. Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And that I will support the Constitution of the State of Michigan.
And I will support the Constitution of the State of Michigan.
And the Charter and ordinances of the City of Dearborn Heights.
And the Charter and ordinances of the City of Dearborn Heights.
And that I will faithfully perform the duties of
And I will faithfully perform the duties of
office
the office of Dearborn Heights City Councilman
in and for the City of Dearborn Heights,
in and for the City of Dearborn Heights,
County of Wayne,
County of Wayne,
and State of Michigan,
and State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Sit in my seat.
Right.
So congratulations again, Councilman, and now we have, I believe, Madam Deputy Clerk, we have another
Vacancy.
open seat.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I'd like to make a motion I want to make a motion to appoint Ray Muscat to fill the vacancy created by Bob's resignation that would go through December 31st of '25.
Second.
So we have a motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Saab. Any discussion? I see none. Any more, I'm sorry?
Yes.
I would like to.
He's got to accept the nomination.
Ray gets.
I'm sorry, but I want to take more nomination. Do you accept the nomination, Mr. Muscat? Thank you, sir.
Is there any other nomination?
Any more, any other nomination? I see none.
Wait a minute.
Councilman?
I'd like to nominate Barb Rennie for the full seat.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Wenzel. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Malinowski Maxwell. Is Barb here?
He's online, up there.
She's online. Do you accept, can you please unmute her? Do you accept the nomination, Barb?
Yes, I do.
She accept the nomination. So we have two nominations, one for Mr., any more? Any more nominations?
Hussein and Nani.
Okay, we have one more nomination by Councilwoman Malinowski Maxwell. Can she can she nominate somebody with just, she did the second? Sure. That's fine? Okay.
No, you can't.
So do we have a second for that?
Second.
Just a second.
Seconded by Councilman Wenzel. So I guess we have three. We have Mr. Ray Muscat, Barb, and Mr. Anani.
I can't say my name.
Barb Rennie, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's start. Gary, do we start with the first nomination, or how do we do the vote?
You should actually just go through each of the people
Oh,
and ask
who's
what
gonna
their
vote
vote
for?
is for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Councilman Constant, who would you vote for?
Ray Muscat.
Ray Muscat. Councilwoman?
Ray Muscat.
Councilman Saab?
Ray Muscat.
Councilwoman?
Hussein and Nani.
Councilman Wenzel?
Hussein Anani.
Thank you, sir. And I'll go for Ray Muscat myself. Good, good. Mr. Muscat, would you please take the oath of office?
Fall on my knees, sir.
Mr. Muscat.
There, much easier.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And I will support the Constitution of the State of Michigan. And the Charter and ordinances of Dearborn Heights. And that I will faithfully perform the duties of. In and for the city of Dearborn Heights. County of Wayne, state of Michigan. According to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Well, congratulations again for Councilman Constant and Councilman Muscat. I'm really happy to retain Councilman Constant on the council
We got a seat for you.
for next year, and also Councilman Muscat. He comes with great deal of experience
And knowledge.
on city council, but for the record, he's only going to be serving for 3 meetings till the end of this year.
Welcome, man. Thank you. Sorry, I can't serve with you over there. Well,
He's happy.
my loss. I would switch you and Gary Miyake right now.
Point of order, Mayor, please. Councilman,
If I may,
please, go ahead.
I want to thank everyone for their support. Glad to be back for, even though it's a short time, which is what I really want. And I try to stay current. I've read through most of the agendas over the time. But there's a few things here that I'm going to respectfully ask that I do not vote on.
Okay.
Like contracts, because I'm not staying current like that.
I understand.
So if I could ask the Corporation Council if I could,
Recuse yourself.
if I could just recuse myself on something like that?
Unfortunately, normally you cannot do so unless you have a pecuniary interest in the particular matter.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, if you're voting for something for you, since it's part of your duty to vote as a councilman to the best of your ability.
Okay, I just want to make that, clear. I haven't been keeping up on those contracts.
Well,
right,
we'll
thank
we'll
you.
try to fill you in as much as
Okay, thank you,
possible,
sir.
Councilman. Thank you. Moving on to,
Council Chair.
for approve,
Council Chair?
please, let's keep it one meeting, nothing from the audience, please, Councilman.
Yeah, briefly, and I'm
Sure.
sorry, Council Chair, I too want to thank everyone. We've got some large challenges ahead, including a large budget deficit that we're going to need to work on, positions we need to fill, and our city of Dearborn Heights, our $50 million budget. So I'm going to work hard, I know everyone else will, to help the city move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Moving on to number
Could I
four.
make one statement?
Councilwoman, go ahead.
I'd just like to thank Mr. Anani. I think he's an excellent candidate, but due to the circumstances for the short term, we need someone that can go forward who's already
Has the
been in
experience.
that position.
100%.
Council Chair?
Thank you, Councilman Mayor.
I'm sorry, I don't know if this was on the agenda or not, but I had spoken to the clerk. I don't know if this was on the agenda or not, but I've spoken with the clerk, and I don't know if our deputy clerk was aware, but we have filled we had our ordinance director had to leave and depart because he said he wanted to focus on family, so he's no longer with us. Knowing that that position had to be filled because they have to represent us in court and have to be able to use clements and whatnot, we were able to appoint Mr. Hussein Farhat to be our new ordinance director. He's obviously a familiar face to all of us, but he was supposed to get sworn in at today's meeting. Before we start the meeting, can we just have her swear him in real quick? Sorry, I know this is like a quick curveball.
No, it's okay.
It all happened today. I know Madam Clerk had some other things that she had to do, but. Yep, please.
Council Chair.
You?
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I also want to thank Mr. Anani for being here and your enthusiasm for public office.
And ditto, I want to say the
Thank
same
you.
thing. It's a new, difficult situation, but thank you, Mr. Anani.
And also, Ms. Barb Rennie, too. Thank you for the, stepping up and willing to serve. I'm sorry, go ahead. Thank you very much, everyone.
Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And that I will support the Constitution of the State of Michigan. And the Charter and ordinances of Dearborn Heights. And that I will faithfully perform the duties of. In and for the city of Dearborn Heights. County of Wayne. State of Michigan. According to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Director.
Congratulations.
If you come over and sign the oath book.
Sure.
All right, let's move back to business. Going number 4, approval of the minutes.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes and special meeting of October 14, 2025 is outlined in 4A.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to 4B, minutes from the regular meeting of October 14, 2025.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the minutes for the regular meeting of October 14, 2024 is outlined in 4B.
Support.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Muscat. Any discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to number 5, public hearing and public comment. You please state your name, the city you live in, and the street. You have 2 minutes. Please, go ahead.
Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. Rachel LaPointe, Merrick Street, Dearborn Heights. Got a lot of stuff on the agenda. I had emailed the mayor, get a response, but I wasn't necessarily expecting one. Hopefully you can follow up on that this week.
I did respond.
The email?
Yeah. About the issue that you had, I actually responded.
I'm sorry, Mayor. I'm not gonna make it a debate.
No, I just-
Something, I'm sorry, before you start, don't start hard time. You can ask all your questions after everybody's done. We can answer all the questions that you have had. Just to be considered for everybody else and all the residents, that's the way I'm gonna do it. You can ask whatever you wanna ask. After, the resident is done, then we can answer those questions. Thank you, Mayor. Please go ahead.
That's very strange because I don't have a response. I will double check my spam filter. Perhaps emails from the city are getting sent to spam for some reason. I don't know. So I did have a few questions on a few important things. The Safe Streets for All, this is a claim, I believe it was two of the Wade Trim ones, but for the Safe Streets, there was a total of 10 hours over the summer billed for public engagement and stakeholder communication. I did not observe any of that happening. I would like to know what exactly that entailed. And that was also billed at a very high rate compared to the bill overall. The budget amendment item, specifically the public assistance COVID grants for $489,000. That was awarded in January of 2023. Council accepted that at the first two January meetings that year. The total amount, however, that was received, according to that, was $2.8 million. So this only is 17% of that total. I found no records that we had received any money for that grant prior to this, so I was just wondering if we are expecting to get more, or if that's gonna be it for those two grants. And then as far as the Heather Lane Park project grant, spending $9,000 on 2 meetings, sounds like we're gonna be catering a really nice meal for Nancy and the members of the Ecorse Creek Commission and the 10 or so residents that show up to that sort of event. Spending $4,500 on 1 meeting is insane to me. That could go towards the project planning or actually implementing it, I would hope. I understand if there's some restrictions on that grant, but the way that's written seems strange to me, especially after attending the Ecorse Creek meeting, because it seemed like they might have needed more funding to actually get the plan done, and that seems like it'd be a way better use of the funds. I could see putting like 2,000 for the meetings, but not 9,000.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Sorry, I just wanted to say, and I don't want to go back and forth with Rachel, but she emailed me. Is this one where you talked about 8D local office compensations, and then you put it at the end?
I think your mic, Mayor, your mic.
Or if Chris will let you know if I do, blah, blah, blah. I responded to you Monday, 12:36 PM, and I said, thank you so much. As you know, a lot of these are still funneling out of the BASI's request. The next one should be a lot cleaner. However, I will break these things down to you. You should have received that on Monday.
I have no response at all. So did it send?
Yeah.
No, it's not in there. It's Google. There's nothing in the, I'm gonna come and show you, Mo.
Okay.
Cause something's wrong with the email. We gotta.
So, about the budget, if you don't mind, we're just gonna probably answer that when it comes to it. And, Councilwoman, do you have anything about the Heather Lane?
Yeah, well, what she's saying about our regular meetings are not well attended. But we had Jasmine Dancy do a presentation at Richard Young, and we had over 30 people show up. So it depends what's being talked about as to what the attendance brings in.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Moving on. Madam Treasurer?
Good evening, Lisa Hicks Clayton, Treasurer. Real quick, I just want to, regarding item 9C, investment portfolio, just for public information, for the council's information, I think council's aware that year-to-date, starting from January till September 30th, we have earned $1.5 million in investment revenue, right, and interest revenue. So I anticipate we're on a pace for over $2 million this fiscal year, or meaning December 31st. So I just wanted to share that. And I want to tell you that I am committed to serving our taxpayers and community with transparency, efficiency and innovation. We are working really closely, and I'm going to include our interim comptroller over there, Madi Beydoun, to modernize our financial structure, enhance communication, and streamline processes through the use of technology. The first thing we implemented and launched last week was streamlining and using the BSNA automatically to update the earned revenue from investments. It used to be done for years, very old school, paper, reports, scan them, send them. It's all now automated through BSNA. So it's all very streamlined. We're improving communications and increasing interdepartmental efficiency. We are also working with Interim Comptroller Beydoun as well for automation of our accounts payable system. Right now, checks have to go through a process. They're physically, once they are approved, it can take a week or more. We're talking a couple hours with automation. So we're looking at that and working towards that to make things quicker for our vendors through check distribution and more beneficial to our department heads who are always calling looking for checks as well. The other thing we're doing is we're streamlining the tax refund process. Again, that's a current process that requires research, verification, manual refund request, followed by the accounts payable process. We're going to be utilizing BSNA to do it more expeditiously. Accuracy, I did ask for extra time, if I may please. Yes. And that includes our tax distributions that are done every 14 days. So again, we're streamlining, being more efficient, reducing time spent by our staff, increasing accuracy, improving our journalizing and reconciliation. And the end goal is to reduce the use of Plant Moran, which has cost the taxpayers nearly $500,000 since 2024. And that is what I have to share with you. Other than these will save money, increase efficiency, deliver the level of service our residents deserve, progress that's long overdue and is underway.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Madam
you.
Treasurer. Please state your name, the street you live on, and the city you live in.
Angela Venegas, Dearborn Heights, Dwight Street. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations on everybody on your new positions and new people in council. I have a few things I wanted to go over about. One of the first things, we nominated a commission for the homes that we owned in Dearborn Heights that were supposed to be sold to a real estate company and investors, whatever. Councilman Ahmad, you,
Yeah, please.
Denise,
Yeah.
me, we were all appointed to that commission.
Yes.
The city's in dire need of money. Whatever happened to that commission and what's going on with those homes?
Do you have any more questions? Just finish
Yep.
whatever you have to.
I got three other concerns things that we all voted on council.
Okay.
Our lunchroom for the DPW, the money that was put aside for that, for them. Our dispatch was supposed to be updated for our first responders to run the dispatch department, whatever happened to that money. And Margaret had, I don't know, was it $1 million that you were appointed to for safety for our kids at school? What projects have been implemented, and I guess I'm asking, where's the money? And we all know the city's in dire straits, but with a new administration, I would hope that we can get some answers to this. And then my final concern is our ordinance department. I was put in a position earlier this year in July, and I spoke with the mayor about this, where I have a house that's next door to me that I have problems with, and had turned it into the ordinance department, and our ordinance director, or not director, ordinance person, went to a neighbor behind that and stated that I turned them into ordinance, used my name, which we're supposed to remain anonymous, and now I know there's another resident who just had the same thing happen to her within the past week. We are trying to make our community better, trying to have people take care of their homes. I mean, I go and I pick up garbage, I do things, I'm not lazy in the community, I try to participate, I come to council meetings. You can't ask people to help in the city that are supposed to remain anonymous, and then they're put in a bad position, getting threats, whatever. I'm thankful that I have a good neighbor. I have the email. I sent it to Mo. She wanted to know what was going on. I'm fortunate that I had a good neighbor and a good friend, but I could have lost a good friend and a good neighbor over something that I never even turned her, and her house is immaculate. So this is really becoming a problem, and I just hope with a new director that we can go in a different direction.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. Well, thank you very much for all you do. And just want to talk about probably the homes. I mean, like everybody knows, a lot of stuff happens in the past 2 weeks. Like Mo says, he's only been mayor for 20 minutes, so there's so much stuff to be done. But Mayor, would you like to say something about the dispatch or the money for the streets? I know we don't have the money, but.
So what I can tell you is, believe it or not, I've actually, and I'll applaud Councilman Wenzel today for sending me over a proposal for a street light stop signs that kind of you see in Dearborn, the flashing stop signs. I told Mr. Deeb, yo, we have to get something up before Halloween. Doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. But I know our DPW director, has been getting quotes. I know Mr. Deeb got some quotes. Believe it or not, you know, we were gonna go out for bid to have this, but I kind of want to bring back morale to City Hall, to our Department of Public Works. And so I've told DPW that we're gonna find bids that who can make the stop signs, and we're gonna have DPW install them to be able to save taxpayers' money. And instead of only buying 180 at the route that we found having DPW install them, we'll actually have close to 300. And if we go the route that Councilman Wenzel sent me today, we might end up with like 600 flashing stops. I mean, it's gonna be a bright day in Dearborn Heights, and this is what happens when we all work together, right? You find solutions, you work with the council members, you work with DPW, you work with our engineers. Truth be told, if all we did was put our minds and our hands together and we all work together, this would continue to happen. So that would be one thing that goes towards our street safety, grants, because that money is being used for what we were awarded, plus what we've been able to use from local and major roads. And then as far as the dispatch for our center, look, everything that hasn't been used gets put back into a general fund. I had another extensive meeting today with Mehdi, with, believe it or not, some members from our fire department, our chief, to be able to talk about really what's happening and digging deep. And I'm not just bringing this myself and a couple of people from the administration. I'm including the clerk in this. Like, you know, I've asked our fire chief, who's got 33 years with the city of Dearborn Heights, and when we go into these negotiations, somebody that's been negotiating as the chief for so long, join me in these other negotiations with other unions, so that you can tell, you heard these conversations firsthand from Platte Moran, you heard this where our city is at. But the truth be told, what has happened in the last 18 months, I don't want to talk the last 4 years, because we are still digging deep into this, but what has happened in the last 18 months is not something that I'm ready to go public on. I think we have to be able to send this out. I also don't want it to cause any chaos and put any scare, because then you're gonna start losing individuals. The truth be told, I'm gonna bring this out to the public, but I wanna make sure that I can get a grasp on every single thing. I know I had a conversation with some of the council members today, and I will be filling you guys in little by little. Eventually, this is something that's gonna have to be brought out to the public, but I have to find a solution first. Because if we talk about the problems and don't give a solution on how to fix it, well, then everybody's just gonna kind of be scared, and that's not what we're here to do to the public.
Thank you, Mayor.
Council Chair. Angela knows, I've been talking to her, and as far as, you know, our DPW, our new ordinance director today, we had about an hour conversation with all of our ordinance directors, and the first thing I said to them was, every call, every text, every approach is anonymous. If a council member calls you about a house, it's anonymous. No matter whomever that person is that reaches out to you, it is 100% anonymous, because what this happens is, you know, you go and you slip up somebody's name. Now there's a resident that works for our city is now getting death threats from that resident. You want to call on me, F you, this, that, and it's causing harm, emotional damages, and it's putting people in harm's way. So, you know, and I expressed to our ordinance department that, like, you guys are the heartbeat of our community. You help things go, you make us look beautiful, you make us look good. And sometimes the less you say is more. So that was my message to them today, and I'm
Mayor,
going to
that
continue
goes
to work
both
with
for
them.
the police department too as well, to be, anybody calls the police department for any complaints to be.
I don't know, I can't run the police department, but I can tell you, right now, I've had the conversation with our ordinance director and the entire ordinance staff today. And so they are all on board, and.
The
and, you know,
only
this-
reason I
this-
say that, because I had some residents reach out to me, but they were nervous, you know, to reach the police department themselves, because they don't want to be known. So we can hopefully make it anonymous too, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman, you had something to say?
Yeah, you know, we're talking about making, you know, buying signs. And I know that, I believe Councilman Constant was on city council at the time, that we bought a sign-making machine for DPW, and we paid a lot of money, okay? Now, I know that the lighted signs are maybe a little bit over that technology, but maybe we should look into getting that, making those signs ourselves, since we have a sign-making machine. We paid a lot of money for that machine years ago.
I just actually went through it because I just toured DPW with our DPW director. They're still using that sign machine for all of our like slowdowns. And so you're gonna start utilizing that a lot more, but the actual stop signs that are digital with that, it's being done with it.
Yeah, and I understand it, but I just want to make clear that
Yep.
we purchased something like that. There's no reason for us to buy signs when we purchased that years
Yeah,
ago.
we're not buying signs, only these digital.
Okay.
That run on
LED signs.
Yeah.
LED signs.
Probably,
That
cost
solar
us-
powered.
Yes, solar power.
Probably costs
Exactly.
money, less money just to buy it instead of making them those,
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Yeah, I just want to apologize to our resident. It should always be the rule that if somebody calls in an ordinance violation, it stays anonymous. I've seen over 20 years, a resident shouldn't be punished for trying to keep their block clean and nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Please go ahead. Please state your name, street, and the city you live in.
Margaret King, Mayfair Street, Dearborn Heights. I did want to just mention a couple of things. Mo, with what you have done with this police department, I personally have seen the changes, and thank you, Chief, as well. Because I went from my house to KFC, I've seen 2 cop cars on the street within just that 15-minute drive. That is the most police that I have seen in my neighborhood, and I can't tell you how long. That makes me feel comfortable, that makes me feel great. Also, too, is they're cleaning up the creeks on the Ecorse Creek. Ray, thank you for mentioning the making of the signs, because I personally feel we need more signs of the no dumping. There's a neighbor across the street from me that dumped into that creek wood. So they're spending all this time and all this effort and this money putting it into the creeks, and it's just getting crap again. So thank you again, Mo, and thank you guys, and I appreciate you.
Thank you
And
very much.
congratulations on all the appointments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments? Please state your name, street, and the city. You have 2 minutes.
Mike Blackburn, Arnold Street, Dearborn Heights. A&G, the cement contractor, the concrete contractor that's been doing the roads. Last week, they were, well, they're still in Goffey Manor subdivision. I have received some phone calls from residents. One of them's my dad's neighbor, another one's my dad's friend. The workers, very nice, very accommodating from what I was told. The problem is when they are busting up the street so they can replace it in front of an approach, no one's knocking on the door first. Both of them had to come out, stop them, so they can get their vehicles out before the road in front of their house is busted out and they can't get their cars out. There is a lack of communication going on. They said letters were sent out that this type of work was going to happen, this and that. But when you start at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're busting up in front of somebody's approach and they got 3 cars in the driveway and you're running out in your pajamas to stop them so you can get your cars out, that's lack of communication. That's unacceptable for a city contractor. And it should be in the contract that they notify residents if the street in front of their approach is going to get messed up. And then yesterday, they moved on to my area. They're doing Van Buren, which is fine because it needs it. I can go around the block, not a problem. Problem is Van Buren is a bus route from Beach Daily all the way to Telegraph. They had Van Buren closed off because they're digging up one side, the dump truck's on the other side. Buses got to go around. That's some bad timing. That's bad timing. I mean, how are you closing down a bus route for an entire day? It's back open today, but that's not the point. You're closing down the bus route where buses now have to go around. There needs to be better communication and better planning on this.
Thank you very much,
you.
sir. Mr. Div, do you mind addressing those, what you just mentioned, especially with ANG? You don't have to say anything, just if you want to address them with the company, please. Thank you very much. Any more public comments? Please state your name, the street, the city, and you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Tom Wenzel, 2 Lane Street, Dearborn Heights. First of all, I want to thank all the volunteers. We had nearly volunteers this past weekend on Stop the Madness stop sign recognition program. It was a lot of fun doing it. Actually, we had probably 99% of the drivers had a favorable response, and many thank yous and thumbs up. And big thumbs up to all our volunteers. I know they had a good time doing it. And we probably will do it again. Several of them kept the signs, and they're going to be doing it every day they can. And it was a really successful program. The Heather Lane Park project, I think, is a bad project. There's only that one park in that part of the city. And from what I understand, the plan is to redirect the creek, which makes a swooping path around the park, redirecting it right through the middle of the park, basically eliminating the park or drastically reducing the facilities that are there. There's basketball courts, tennis courts there, playscape, and I don't see how this could do anything. Plus, it's going to meander. It's going to go back and forth. And from all my civics, or not my science classes, when you go back and forth, you slow down the flow of water. You don't help the flow. The Ecorse Creek clearing, that's been going on for over a year now. I was against this from the start. I visited, I believe it was the city of Ecorse where they started, and it's all overgrown already. And there is zero money in the budget to maintain it. Once they cut down all these trees and bushes, there is no money in the budget to maintain it. So it's basically, unless they're coming in right behind with the heavy equipment, I believe it's a waste of time. You drive down the E-course on the creek, everything's growing up, 4 or 5 feet tall already. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any more in person?
Mr. Council Chair,
Mayor?
I just want to say, as I go through around on the south end, and, just to kind of answer Councilman Wenzel's response to the Ecorse Creek, one, the $10 million that was being used, this is all Wayne County. We have no control of what Wayne County does to that creek. We can go out there and advocate, pick up our voices and scream and shout. At the end of the day, it falls on Warren Evans, it falls on our county commissioner, it falls on actually all the commissioners on what they want to approve and what they want to be able to do. As far as like what's be happening, I know that Mr. Deeb told me this was something that you have to do in the beginning, be able to say that you have done this step. So it's not so much of like going to be the entire fix all, do all, but this has to be able to say, to the federal government, hey guys, we did this. It still didn't work. Like you guys can't keep telling us to, to clean up all the logs and all the bushes. It's not helping us. But I will tell you that Wayne County has just received $70 million for its retention fund. And a lot of it is going to other cities, but Dearborn Heights is going to experience a lot of cleanup through Wayne County that they're using this money that came from FEMA. So we went from number 27 on the list to number 5. They have the $70 million that they're going to be giving out. I am putting a proposal together with Mr. Deeb and Wade Trim. We are asking them for $10 million for additional work across the south end. But on top of that.
Is that for the creek, Mayor, or is it for?
This is for the drainage that goes into the creek, yes. They're all damaged. There are several streets, I believe, according to Mr. Deeb and I. And so we're hoping that we're able to get this funding so that we can fix the drainage. See, they're very small pipes. I think you said they're like 6 to 12 inches. We're trying to, change them out to about 24 inches. I'm learning. This is a great experience. But we're looking for about a 24-inch depth retention. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, as the mayor indicated, so the funding, the additional funding, we all knew, Councilman, we all knew this was a maintenance. It wasn't a project. So the county, in addition to what has been done so far, which is the maintenance of the creek, additional funding became available for the conveyance system, which is basically the outfall structures and the pipes, the drainage pipes. So as the mayor indicated, we met with our consultants and we put a plan together for $7 to $10 million approximately to look at the drainage areas, so the pipe sizes, the catch basins, all the structures that lead into the river, and then look at the outfalls. As you recall, Councilman, we've got pictures of these outfalls that are totally buried in the sand. Well, that the county project did not address that, right? So they're still buried in the sand. So we're looking at upgrades in that area, and then we designated a drainage sort of drainage area, like 200 feet or 2 streets, north and south of the river, and then going through the Dearborn Heights. So that's what we're working on. Hopefully, with funding, we can make that happen.
Thank you, Mr. Deeb.
Yep.
Council
Thank you.
Chair.
Councilman?
And just to add what our mayor and our city engineer said, it was entirely Wayne County money, and what they're doing is they're building a road or an access all along the creek. They started in Lincoln Park. They'll eventually come through where Heather Lane Park is, and I don't know, better minds than I have.
I know, we
come
had,
up with
we
that
had no say,
design.
we had no say in it.
But it's, as the mayor said, it's all Wayne
Council Chair.
County.
Councilwoman?
On the same subject, I'd like to thank Mr. Deeb for the great presentation. He brought Miss Dancy, Jasmine Dancy. He brought, I'm trying to think of her name, McKinsey. They were from different areas, the Detroit River and so forth. They all spoke about an updating what's going on the Ecorse Creek at our Civic Association last Thursday. And we did have a few people there. So it was very well done, and thank you, Mr. Deeb.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I'm sorry, go
Council
ahead.
Chair.
Oh, that's fine. Sue Kaminsky, Amboy Street, Dearborn Heights, Golfy Manor. I also didn't get a letter in Golfy Manor, and one of the women on Kennedy actually was in the hospital having twins. Her car was in the driveway, and when she got home from the hospital, couldn't access her car. So if we could really check and see, because it's a big problem. The other thing is congratulations to all the police who were promoted, and Act 78 is going to be following shortly. I would have been there if I would have known. I think it's awesome, and I'm so proud of our captains, so thank you. That's
very
it,
much.
and everybody else,
Thank you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you. Councilman Wenzel, you had something to say?
Oh, yes, thank you. I was gonna say that this creek cleaning, bank cleaning project, it was a $10 million project. And if you talk to any of the residents that live there on the creek or around it, and I've talked to several, and I went and looked at it, there's so much tree debris and trunks of the trees in the creek left behind. I mean, it's terrible. And they didn't remove the stumps. There's stumps sticking out of the ground this far, all over the place. And it's gonna be a maintenance road. You can't drive anything in there. I mean, we could have asked Wayne County, say, hey, $10 million, let's put it toward our detention basin. And that would show the federal government that we're really serious about that. Because this is just a Band-Aid. It's not even a Band-Aid. It's still bleeding, this access road deal. And there's no plans for anything to do with it in the future. There's no money for it in the future. And in my eyes, and in many other people's eyes, it was a waste of $10 million. Thank you.
Thank you,
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Just to echo that, it was actually $10 million spread between 10 communities, right?
No, just for Dearborn.
No.
No,
Thousand,
total.
yeah.
10 communities.
The entire in total,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just in Dearborn Heights.
$1 million.
I mean, yeah, I did walk it myself too, and it does look horrible, but, I mean, now it's too late into the game,
And
but
I think we
hopefully.
got, Council Chair, I think we got the
Beginning.
lowest end of the cut also out of the $10 million.
But hopefully now with new administration, maybe our administration can work with different cities, put pressure on the county, and then we can put pressure on the federal government to get the money to fix the creek.
It's not just gonna be the administration, it's gonna be the administration and the council.
Everybody, one
Yeah,
team.
we're all hands on deck on this one.
Definitely. Thank you, Mayor. Well said. Ma'am, please state your name, the street, and the city you live in. You have 2 minutes.
Renee Myrna, Annapolis, Dearborn Heights. So I came home the other day and I thought I missed the rapture because I came down my street and there was not a car there and it was garbage day. And I said, I couldn't have missed the rapture, but it was garbage day and on my street, there was not a car. So I don't know what you guys have been doing in the background, but something's working. So I appreciate that. On the other note, I had a delirious, what do you call it? What are those animals that creep around at night and they sit on the fence?
Possum.
Yeah, I had a delirious baby possum doing donuts in my backyard on the driveway, and I think he got hit by a car and wandered into my yard. So of course, it's the weekend, so I called the non-emergency number to see who to call, and they said, we don't do wildlife, you have to, pay for that yourself. And I'm thinking, I thought that was the whole reason we got the Humane Society, was to do wildlife. So I just kept praying over the possum, and he's circling less, and then he just walked away, and I'm like, oh, hallelujah, thank you, God. But do we not cover wildlife? That was my question anyway. No, so,
Not on private property.
So I should put them in the street and then call you guys?
That would work.
Yeah, I just saw a video where Duck Dynasty picked him up by the tail, and I was thinking about it, but I thought, nah, I ain't doing it. Thanks, guys, good job on the garbage.
Thank you very much. Any more comments in person?
I'm going to speak, yes. I just have a question. Zohair Abdelhat, 35 for Rosemary. First, congratulations to everybody who got appointed, sworn in. It's a great night in Dearborn Heights. Just to clarify something from Mr. Mayatki. If Ray doesn't want to vote on something, couldn't he walk out until the vote takes place, then he comes back? So he avoid the conflict with the charter?
I don't see that there would be a conflict with the charter by him voting. He's voting in to the best of his ability. So I think he can do so. He can also walk out if the council chair allows him to do so. But
Is there anything legal to prevent him from doing that?
no.
Thank you. The second thing, I want to thank Councilwoman Denise very, very, very much from the bottom of my heart for insisting on appointing Mr. Baidoun to the city council when the appointment was open, because I think you made the right choice by insisting on his appointment for meetings, because you made the right choice, because he's going to be the best mayor we have in a long time. Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please state your name, street, and the city. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, Kirk Wilson, the street, Stanford Street, Dearborn Heights. Hey, I was trying to figure out how do y'all ordinance work? Because my mother, she had three different ordinance officers out to her house, and they've been into three different stuff they talk about, but they are not all on the same page.
Is that your question? Are you all set?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Well, I don't know if you want to. Yeah, there's like.
Oh, you can talk to me, yeah, go ahead, talk to me after that. All right.
Okay.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
can you ask him to, sir, can you take a paper from our secretary, George, and write your information down and your phone number or email?
Okay.
I'm gonna get a
Your
hold of
mother's
you.
information down.
So you don't say it publicly?
Is it going to connect with the ordinance director, so?
The ordinance director's here, he doesn't have to fill out the information.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Any more? Yeah, go ahead. Please state your name, street, and city you live in.
Hussein Farhat, Cronin, Dearborn Heights. First, I would like to thank Mayor Mo Bidoun for the beautiful opportunity that he gave me to serve the amazing people of the city of Dearborn Heights again. And I want to thank the esteemed council, Madam Deputy Clerk, and the residents for your trust. I want to thank the police department, the fire department, the ordinance department, and the 20th District Court. I could tell you the message. We have had many contacts with people at doorsteps. We spoke, and everybody clearly sounded off. Everybody's tired of blight. Number one, blight. Number two, traffic. 3, flooding. Well, I could work on one of them. And today, we had a long, extensive meeting with Mayor Mo Bidoun, and whatever he mentioned to the staff at the ordinance department were stuff that were mentioned, complaints were received by us directly from the people. So we ended up going out. First day on the job, I went out. I don't have a computer yet. I'm trying to get my stuff together, so I'll talk to IT about it. But I got in the car. We went out to the streets, and people were ticketed. Some people were not happy. But those people that were ticketed had gotten correction notices before, and they failed to take care of it. So there's going to be 0 tolerance for that. So I appreciate everybody who had put up with stuff. I could tell you, we're not going to put up with anything anymore. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Good luck with your new role. Any
Director,
more?
please see that resident back there, please.
Any more in person? Please. Please state your name, street, city. You have 2 minutes.
Wish he hadn't left. I'm Gary Feldis. I'm Deerfield, just south of Crestwood, where I was one of the first graduating classes there. Lifelong resident here. I don't know if you know it or not, but on Hass and Fenton, there's a school there. It used to be called Haston, based on the two names. What he just talked about, and you're going to crack down on ordinances, that I have had some experience with some harassment from an individual that's suddenly had a change of heart. I used to be his good buddy, but I'm no longer apparently. And I'm not really frustrated with him. I'm frustrated with the city. The problem is that you get a notice, it says blight. That's all it says. It says a notice was put on your door. It's not put on your door. There never is one. And when I talked to one ordinance officer, he says, it doesn't say that in there. And there's 3 sentences on there. You say, oh, it does say it on there. They're not putting notices on the door. So when you say there's repeat notices, it's not there. Then you get another notice for blight, but you don't know if it's a new notice, the existing one, or whatever, because using the Freedom of Information Act, you got to go through the secretary of the mayor, executive secretary. You have to fill out a Freedom of Information Act to find out what the heck's wrong with your house, and the write-up doesn't, it just says blight. So then you go and you try to figure out who's the officer. It doesn't say who the officer is. It says, call it, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for that. Who do you talk to? You want to talk to the person who wrote it up. You want to see what the evidence. I know that people want to be able to turn people in and be anonymous, but you also have the right to face your accusers. And it turns out my accusers work for the city, and I can't find out what the heck is wrong. And there's a lot more here as far as what's going on. It's very, and if you stand at the
10 more seconds, sir.
Okay. If you stand in City Hall or if you go to the ordinance department there and you just listen to the people who are standing in line and not getting service and they're complaining, you go outside and they're just, and I thought, oh, just people are, they're not just, guy was there in time to pick up his permit. They said, oh, no, it's 5 to 5. We're done. He said, the permit's ready. Just give it to me. No.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Either you can, if you want to leave your information.
Leave
if you
your
want to talk to
information at the secretary.
Or you can just talk to the ordinance director if you want
I
outside.
do want to make an appointment with the ordinance director.
That's at the police department now, ordinance. The ordinance department's now at the police department, on the 2nd floor. Okay, all right.
Thank you very much. Any more in person? Okay, let's move on to Zoom, please. Barbara, please go ahead. Name,
Hi, good evening, everyone. I have a couple things I'd like to bring up. The first one is 7B, background services. I do not know why we are going to pay an outside source to do background checks. I am a retired dispatcher. When I was working, I would run all the paperwork, your driving record, your criminal history, hand it over to the sergeants. They did it. They did the background checks. I don't know why we are wasting money doing something that we already have people to do. My second thing is I'd like to know what is 8D, the local officers commission appointments. What are these people being appointed to? What is this? What's their function? And then, third, on a happy note, with Halloween coming up this weekend and everything, everyone please slow down. Watch out for the children. Anytime, this is the time to watch out for them. So there you go. I'll wait for my answers.
Thank you very much. If you don't mind, we can maybe just wait until we get to those agenda items and we can explain it then, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Any more in Zoom? Okay, I see none. So we're moving on to number 6, fund transfer and current claims.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Move that Dearborn Heights City Council approve the current claim in ACH wire transfer 6-1 and 6-3 through 6-40 as submitted.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Yes.
Council Chair, I do have something, but my paperwork didn't have any numbers on it, so I'm trying to look at this if possible. I know the 7A, the director of CEDD has a environmental service recommendation motion for this. And,
We're in claims right now.
okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, we're in claims.
Okay.
Any discussion on claims?
Is this in current claims also, or is that in?
That's for consideration of bids.
Yeah, this is in claims.
This is not also?
There
This is?
in
Oh,
claims, yeah. This is all probably the claims.
Okay, so, yeah, because my paperwork's all jumbled up here.
No problem.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine if you want.
Okay, but I look at this and it's, and I believe our court administrator, Michelle Atkins, is on Zoom. My question is, why are we still using Quadtrain when the state of Michigan gives us services for free? And we're paying Quadtrain, and when we turn our documents to Quadtrain, it's, as the knowledge that I have, is now the documents belong to them and not us anymore. So I don't understand why we're still using them. I had brought this up, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago about Quadtrain. And now I think most communities in the whole state are on the state site. So if our court clerk could, or court administrator could chime in, I'd appreciate it. Michelle Atkins?
Can you please unmute her, please? Thank you.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Ray, we are on Quadtrain, but we're gonna be in the process of switching to JIS. However, they're onboarding several other courts at the moment, so that puts us off. And it will take probably a year or so to transfer the data. And then the question of the data belongs to the 20th District Court, not Quadtrain. Not at all. Every piece of data will be transferred over to the 20th District Court through JIS.
Well, yeah, I understand that with JIS, but with the problems I believe that Quadtrain had with Sterling Heights, that there was a big,
Issues, yeah, with Warren Court, not Sterling Heights.
or a warrant court, yes.
So what happens is when the data transfers over, it's never gonna be 100%. Anytime you're transferring data from one entity to another entity, some things are gonna get jumbled up. We will have 2 systems operating until we get the data over 100%.
So we are going,
JIS,
we are gonna move forward and get to, kind of update ourselves, with the state and the JIS.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Okay.
I've already had the talks with JIS.
All right,
It's just-
that makes me feel better knowing that.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And so, yeah, so if that's, yeah, your only question with that, but like I said, right now, JIS had informed us that there's like 13 courts onboarding at the moment with them, and each court takes different time frames to update.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
kindly.
very much. All set, Councilman?
Yes.
Council Chair.
Council Saab?
I'd like to, Chief, Police Chief, about number 37, National Transportation Safety, a bill for $29,800. Sorry, Chief, it came as from the chief's office.
One second. This one for the major local street.
Yeah. So this is our annual membership for the roadway. So the NTSB, they actually look at both our local and major, and this is we pay that on an annual basis. So it's just.
What's it for?
Well, so,
I know, that's what Mariana told me.
yeah.
It's for the surveys, for like road surveys.
What?
It's just for like road surveys. They give you road surveys for free.
So we use them for like road surveys. So anytime we have a road project, whether it's local or major, we don't hire a separate company. We call them for data, crash analysis, actual surveys.
So my question is, why is it coming out of the police department fund?
It's not.
It came from Chief Jared Hart, Dearborn Heights Police Department.
No, the GL number is 202, 202, and 203, 203. Those are major and local street. That's not police. Where you seeing the 300?
It's addressed to.
It's addressed to the old chief, Dearborn Heights Police Department. That's why I called on the chief to come out.
So yes, okay, it's addressed to the police department, but then, like you said, that's for traffic studies and crash analysis, so
Yeah.
that, the police department deals with that as well.
This is the TIA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the replacement company for TIA, if you remember. Few years back, TIA, Transportation Authority, that was entered into by the police department to assist with all traffic issues, speed limit, stop signs, and traffic directions. This is the replacement company. Now it just came back to me. That first company, they renamed, and this is the replacement company. Basically, the same, they provide the same analysis, and it comes out of local and major. So anytime we have a proposal for, like, the gas station on Michigan Avenue, we requested crash analysis and data for that location from that company, and that's what they provide before we approve the project.
So that's fine, but my question is, why is it being billed to the police department?
It shouldn't. It should be, I signed that invoice, and those two cost centers are local and major. I can't believe that. See what it's.
Maddie, both accounts that are coming out here are for major and local?
Yes, I will work on discussing with the company to change the bill to a different, to Ali Dib.
It's not.
Thank you.
Councilman, may I? Mehdi, since you,
Yeah.
this invoice dated January 1st, 2025, and was due January 31st, 2025, how come till now hasn't been paid? So that's probably was supposed to be paid in the old budget.
Yes, so unfortunately, as Councilman Saab said, it's addressed to the previous chief. It was probably lost in the shuffle about with whatever email was on file with them. We received this, the police department actually submitted it with their GL number, but upon review by myself, I was like, this is not a police department expense. So I discussed with Ali Dib and Mariana, and we determined that last fiscal year as well as previous fiscal years, it was split 50-50 between major and local streets. Like I said, I will work on getting email updated as well as the attendant to updated to
So
make
is the
sure.
money coming out of this fiscal year now?
It would have to come out of this fiscal year because we started the audit, so we
Okay.
cannot backdate anymore. But this is for the major and local streets, so it's not going to affect general fund budget.
Okay, but it's still gonna affect that budget though.
Yes,
Now we
it
have
is going to affect
pay-
all the budget, but this, what, oh, no, I know. So what Plant Moran does, and as well as myself, is like, there's accrued expenses, meaning that if there's an expense that's not paid yet, but is anticipated, you can put it as an expense not paid, basically. And then you can, during the audit process, you can reverse the entry to ensure that it's posted to the correct fiscal year.
Do you know if any like late fee was charged on this? Any late or like?
No, that's the fee that's charged every year, the $29,800.
Thank you. Councilman, any more? Any more discussion on this? All right. Any more discussion on claims? Okay, well, I got a motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to consideration of bids, 7A, CEDD Director Saad, bid award, environmental services.
Council Chair.
Councilwoman, please go ahead.
All right. I'd like to make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council award the bid for environmental testing and consulting services to Environmental Testing and Consulting, ETC, as the lowest bidder for a cost not to exceed $5,500 for 50 hours of service, return the bid bonds to the unsuccessful bidders. In addition, authorize the mayor and clerk to sign the contract on behalf of the city, which will expire 5 years from the date of execution. Furthermore, authorize the mayor and comptroller clerk to sign the necessary warrants, treasurer to issue payment from the housing rehabilitation and FEMA general ledger accounts once the specific account numbers have been established as outlined in 7A.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I didn't go through this whole rigmarole, and that's what I was asking our city attorney about voting on this or not. But has our city attorney, and I don't know if he's actually looked at this contract yet, is it written up the proper way? That's what I fear. I think we have probably an expert in the audience on this, and that person probably could explain it better than I could ever do.
In terms of the problems, Councilman?
With the bid itself and how it was done.
then I have not reviewed this. There are a number of things that I've become aware of since I've been helping the new administration for the last
I understand.
so many days. And some things strike me as being, thank you, yes. And
That's-
so I cannot say whether or not I would look at this particular contract as being appropriate in terms of its form, because I have not reviewed it.
Councilman, if I may, so this is only to approve a bid. I believe I had a talk with with Saad, and this is a company we worked with before, and we're just approving a bid. We can make it subject to reviewing the contract, so we're not signing a contract right now, but maybe I'll let her maybe speak on it a little bit.
Correct. So this is just for the bid of environmental services from ETC. We've used them, or the city has used them for well over a decade now. They assist us with our housing rehab projects and also with our ongoing FEMA projects and demolitions. They're here for us to basically utilize them to do all the, like I said to Councilman Ahmed, to do all the nitty gritty for us, like all the inspections. If you have any specific questions, you can ask our housing rehab specialist, Hassan Bazi. He is consistently working closely with them, but we have been in constant communication with ETC since they've been working with us. So it's never been an issue. In fact, we prefer to work with them because we think that they're pretty extraordinary to work with, and they know all of our processes probably better than anyone else. But if you are questioning the bid process, we put it out for bid and we gave everybody an equal opportunity to place bids, and they just came out as the lowest for their hourly rate, their overall hourly, or not for 50 hours, I should say.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I'm not one really to question things of this nature, also in my past. And this is something that I usually don't like to do, but could I have someone from the audience come and speak on this? Would you approve that or not? I'll go with what you say, sir.
I think we just let it, I mean, I know where you're coming from. I got the same email. Basically, somebody is thinking that we didn't, the way the bid was submitted was not up to the federal criteria.
Correct.
So are you sure
That's-
everything was submitted according to the federal criteria?
Everything was submitted according to our procurement process. We put out a bid on, do you want to go more into detail? We put it out onto BidNet. We gave everybody an equal opportunity to bid on this. We were very clear with what our expectations were, and we put it out for a specific number of days for everybody to get an equal, we were meant to get 3 bids. And if we didn't get those 3 bids on time, we typically extend it for another couple of weeks so that we're able to get all 3 bids. However, with this, we were able to get 3 bids, and if any of these bidders had any questions, they would contact me directly and I would answer their questions, once again, giving them a fair opportunity to bid on this. The way that we chose was, again, it was completely fair. It was based off of their pricing, and of course, biases aside, they've been working with us for a while.
So basically, saying we are in compliance with the federal procurement
Yes.
regulations?
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, but
Okay, like my director said, their bid based on the asbestos testing, how much they charge, the lead and the radon. So they were cheapest than the other 2. And based on the 50 hours of doing work for the city of Dearborn Heights as monitoring the demolitions and other things, they were at $5,500, and the other almost $10,000, $8,500.
Which we've attached
And-
their bids if you want to look at it.
I don't have.
Yeah, there is no contract signed yet. This is the approval of the bid. That's where we're at now.
Okay. And when the contract comes to be signed, our corporation council will be looking
Absolutely,
at it.
absolutely.
So the way we can do it, Councilman, I know Councilwoman Breyer, you did the motion. If you can amend your motion to be subject to Corp Council looking at the contract and bringing it back to us for approval, for final approval.
I'd be willing to just what,
To amend
Change
the
what you
motion to
just
do
said,
so.
yes.
Madam, you got that? She's going to amend her motion to be subject to Corp Council review and come back to us for final approval. Councilman, would you like to second that?
Second, yes.
Seconded? Perfect. Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to seven B, interim controller Baidoon bid award background investigation services.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council award the bid for the police background investigation services to Dameron Investigations for a per-unit cost of $1,475 and authorize the mayor and clerk to sign the contract on behalf of the city. In addition, authorize the mayor and comptroller or clerk to sign the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment from account 101-221-817-000 as outlined in 7B.
Motion by Councilman Constant. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Muscat. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I'm straight up shooting this down because I just believe that we can do this stuff in-house for way cheaper.
Any more?
What was the comment?
I just don't see why we can't do background checks in-house. We've done it for decades.
We've had this conversation about 3 times already. First of all, having background checks done in-house is very extensive and takes away from the department's operations. The department's already short-staffed and they have a lot to do in the city. And taking away from those kind of duties to do background checks is not making the best use of our dollar. $14.75 for a background check, you're looking at about maybe 10 officers a year maximum. So it's about $15,000 when, if you do a background check in-house, you're gonna be paying sergeant overtime, you might be paying a dispatcher overtime, you gotta have acting pay and things like that, of that nature, and it's just not efficient. I understand there is 2 sides to every story and in-house background checks have their pros. However, we're in a situation where we wanna be as efficient as possible and make use of the department to the best of our ability.
So, if we did it in-house, which we were doing it in-house, how much overtime was it costing us?
I personally can't tell you exactly how much overtime it's gonna
But you're
cost us,
saying it's more efficient, you're telling me it's more
but
efficient, but I'm asking.
if you
for
think
numbers.
about it, you have a set schedule. If you throw on work onto a person's schedule, they're gonna have to work overtime to complete those tasks.
All right, is the overtime to do this more than an 8-hour overtime period?
Yes, you're gonna
So do
have
you have
to,
those statistics you could show me? Saying yes, I just asked you, you said you don't have the information.
but theoretically speaking, for a background check, part of the background check of a police background check, not a general background check where you just run the driver's license, you're gonna have to go to these other employers, you're gonna have to travel, you have to pay for mileage, you have to also pay for documents that communities might not give you for free, so to speak. And it's something that's a lot less efficient to do in-house. Also, you have the issue with in-house background checks is sometimes you might get biased because somebody might have a personal relationship or something like that. So this gets rid of the liability of the city has in case somebody says, hey, you hired this person, he had this background check, but you didn't hire this person, he has this background check, and you're picking and choosing.
So my thing is, this is why we have the commission of the Act 78. You know, so when the thing is, yeah, I'm having a hard time justifying $1,475 per background. It's not like we're doing 100 backgrounds a week.
Councilman, Act 78 has nothing to do with background investigations. Number one.
Act 78 has the last say on the hiree list
Well,
when they do interviews.
They're part of the oral board, they're not part of the background investigation. So you're paying 32 hours in overtime for a detective to do background investigations, who's not a third-party company, and you're paying double the amount for an officer to do it on overtime that you're paying the third-party company. That's what you would like. Pfeiffer has done background investigations for the last 3-4 years in the city, so I don't know why you're saying that it's better to do them at the police station when 90% of police officers that are on the police department now have went through Pfeiffer, who was charging the city almost $1,800.
So, Chief, I'm not disputing what you're saying, but where do you get your statistics of 32 hours?
Well, I'm paying it in overtime.
In what?
And they have to do investigations on their off time. If they have a caseload, they have to come in and work their caseload, because you got citizens from the city of Dearborn Heights who are victims. Once they complete that caseload, then they work on the
So
background
this is
investigation.
background check for hiring or background checks on suspects?
These are background checks for hiring.
Right, so how are you justifying 32 hours? That's my question.
That's how much time they spend on doing these backgrounds. The
As a-
officer for one.
As I.
1 minute.
They don't.
Again, you guys are throwing numbers at us, but no statistics to show us that.
There's not a problem. You want the statistics, you're just gonna delay this for the next couple of weeks.
Then
Because it's statistics is we're telling you how much it costs.
I have a fiduciary duty to just not to write out checks to companies to do. I mean, half of these people that are on this list that I see, which is probably not, shouldn't be in here with full names, that 3/4 of them have not been hired by the city.
I don't understand what you mean.
For me to vote yes on this, I need to see statistics. That you're gonna justify for me that it takes 32 hours for a police for a sergeant. not
Yes,
detective,
a sergeant.
To do this background check.
Yes, somebody be more than 32 hours. Then you gotta take a factor of gas, driving out, paying for documents, manpower use. I mean, we're in an overtime crisis, and we're trying to eliminate overtime. And the one thing that's good about this is it's a third-party company that's doing the backgrounds. It's a lot cleaner, a lot safer, and it's done quicker. With detectives and sergeants, they go on furlough, they go on vacation, they might have some comp time they take, the background doesn't get done for 2-3 months. I mean, over here, we're talking about a 2-week turnaround. And we need officers so we can put in the streets to reduce the overtime.
What's, no, I'm not. What's right now considered an overtime hour? I have a calculator here, I just wanna do some math.
What's the question?
What's an overtime hour that we're paying?
What's the overtime rate?
Yeah, for an officer.
For an
sergeant.
officer,
Sergeant.
Or
give me
sergeant.
1 second.
Other news, how you guys doing?
69.90, around 69.95. So around $70 for overtime hour.
So you're telling me,
Even if they spend only 10 hours on a thing, that's $700 right there. And
usually it takes.
think about how long it takes just to go to a school or the different employer just to drive there. It's gonna take 2 to 3 hours to complete that kind of information request.
If I may, Mayor or Councilman, if I can interrupt, Mayor, I had the same exact thought process as Councilman Saab going in here. I actually badgered the chief and them, I said, absolutely not, why would we take something away? I think what you guys could do is, and this was my thought to them, until we get fully staffed, to only pay $1,400 is a lot cheaper than to pay the $2,500. But I think eventually, I know that there's some new hires that are coming in, maybe we can have anybody that's working a long-term desk job could potentially be brought forward with an employee that's been with us who's a sergeant for many years. If he comes on board, maybe he can also do this as a sergeant, and maybe me and the chief and I agreed to this. But at least you have this on the background and the back end. If you can't afford it because of overtime, you can send it out. And if there's this officer that hasn't been with us for the last couple of years, comes back and does like maybe a desk job, we can have him while he's at the desk job also do this.
Myself, Mayor, to be honest with you, I like it to be sent out for transparency's sake. The only thing I didn't like with this tally sheet, most of those bids didn't qualify. So it either something with the way you presented the bid or,
So, background
I
investigation.
know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
None of them qualify.
I mean, 6 of them didn't qualify. So
Yeah.
that's the only issue that I have here, but I'm good sending it out, to be honest with you, for transparency. But, I mean, I'm looking at it and didn't qualify, didn't meet the criteria. I mean, either the way the bid was submitted, there was something wrong, or?
So we asked for extensive background check for a police officer. I'm not sure why some of these companies didn't get that request. It was clearly stated this is for a police officer background check. And a lot of them, especially the ones that are very cheap, are doing it for just a generic driver's license, running to make sure they have a good credit score type background check, which is done for a general citizen or a general employee like myself. But for a police officer, it's a lot more extensive because it's a public safety officer. And we want to make sure that we get the best of the best and nothing that has
So
some sort of
you're telling me this company that we're trying to approve today is the only one with the law enforcement experience?
No, The one that's 1825 is also has law enforcement and experience. The one for 1125, they do background checks, but they have no law enforcement background check experience, so you want to
Does it
take a
differ in the
little bit of a
background check? Does it differ from law enforcement to?
Yes, the chief can talk about that more.
It's a little bit more in depth. You have to know the rules of MCOs. There's home interviews. There's police interviews with other police departments that they just haven't done.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Just quickly, there's a big privacy consideration these days. I mean, and I know of cases where employees that have applied to, like, for example, the city of Dearborn and not got hired have sued and said, well, the city wasn't authorized to do the background check. Would hope that this company, is specialized and really knows what they're doing.
Yes, we've used them. We hired an officer most recently yesterday that we used through this background company. And there's forms that they are told to fill out prior to the background being completed, along with MCO's forms, along with forms that the department has created to cover ourselves.
All set, Councilman?
Yes, all set.
Council Chair, is this comparable to the pre-employment evaluation and the psych eval?
No, this is just a background. This is not a psych eval or a medical eval, no.
Okay.
This is just a background checks. This is something that we have to take serious because we're hiring an officer who's going to defend our city and go out there and be proactive. We want to make sure we know about this officer. Not saying that our sergeants can't do them. It's just, it's not completed in a timely fashion. If we had 2-3 months to wait, and we can allow these officers to work their cases, which are more important than hiring an officer, and then on their overtime days, they do backgrounds, and we can wait, different story. But we are trying to get officers in here to reduce this overtime. In order to do that, we need a background company who can complete this investigation within a timely fashion.
Chief, from experience, do you know of any more companies that does this background check around the area? Like, I know you worked in Detroit before. Did they use this company or did they use somebody else?
No, we did not outsource ours.
They used to do it in-house?
Yeah, I mean, we used to do it in-house, but we had a set unit, like the mayor said, that's their job. They were assigned to do backgrounds, and they were trained. Also, you also had to be trained in it, and it cost the city almost $800 per officer to train.
I mean, for the record, I know this contract is at the discretion of the city and can be canceled at any time.
Yeah.
I was hoping all this discussion to be done before the meeting. I know I called the Mehdi a couple of times and we played phone tag, but hopefully from now on, council members, please, if you want to reach out to the director, ask all your questions, so we can be considered for the time for the residents. Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Madam Deputy Clerk, please take roll call.
Yes. Yes.
It's on. John,
Sorry about that.
it's on.
Was it me or you? Ray Muscat was a yes. Nancy Breyer,
Yes.
Robert Constant,
Yes.
Denise Malinowski Maxwell,
No.
Hassan Saab,
No.
Tom Wenzel,
No.
and Hassan Ahmad.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you
Council
very
Chair?
much. Councilman?
The reason why I voted yes is because we can
Thank you.
terminate this at any time we want. So when the chief gets more people and we can go back to doing it in-house where I believe it should be. We did a good job.
Thank you very much. Moving on to 7C, interim controller by Doon bid award, library garage repair. Do I have a motion?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council award the bid for library garage repair to Albana Construction for a cost not to exceed $16,261, which includes the $14,783 base bid plus $1,478 of owner's reserve, and return the bid bonds to the unsuccessful bidders. In addition, authorize the mayor and clerk to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Furthermore, authorize the mayor and comptroller or clerk to sign the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment from account number 738-931.000 as outlined in 7C.
Support. Motion by Councilman Muscat, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Yes.
Councilman?
Directors, Oh, Director,
Library
this business with this bid, I mean, I'm looking this business up. It's again, I'm a big believer of, you get what you pay for. This company, how do you, I mean, I'm Googling this company, comes back to a house.
So, we had the three bids. I did look up references on this particular company, and I called them. He submitted a list of 4 references, and it's a smaller company, but they have done extensions on houses, they have done garage repair work, and of the 4 references that they provided, 2 were glowing about this particular company. So I wasn't really familiar with any of them personally because I've not worked with any of them. But in this particular case, since it's kind of just a straightforward garage repair, I just figured in this case, it just seems to be the prudent thing to do, to go with the lowest bid.
Because here on the tally sheet, when you look it up, there's only one company.
Yeah. I was gonna mention that to you.
I think.
Was that prepared by you, Director, or Mehdi?
There's
sideways.
There's 3, it's
Sideways?
sideways. Yeah, it's differently done, but,
It was a different format.
yeah.
I mean, sideways.
How do you get to it?
Yeah, how do you- I don't see anything sideways.
There's We Preserve Michigan.
No, I see all the bids,
Oh, okay.
but usually in the tally sheet, you'll have the 3 of them in one
Yeah.
sheet, but you only have one company, the one,
No, it's the 3 of them on the sheet. It's just in
No, it's
columns.
not.
We don't see it.
you don't see it.
Yes, it is. On the,
We don't see it here.
Where you want me to go?
it's in part of the backup.
Um,
Tally sheet, in parentheses 3. Can I go up?
Yeah, tally sheet, yeah, that's, I'm here on tally sheet, but I don't see, there's no,
Can't move it around
yeah,
either.
you can't.
We Preserve Michigan for 20,000, and Dave's Contracting for 24,230. It's not on there?
The only one I see is a total of Dave's contracting. Okay, I see what you're saying. You guys have them, they have them just in
Yeah, it
one.
was just, I guess it was formatted differently.
Oh, okay, okay. Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so it's this way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see it, okay.
Okay.
Councilman, you all set?
I'm all set.
Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on. Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to 8, reports from Mayor. Act 345, Pension Board Appointment.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file the mayoral appointment of Mark Myers to Act 345 Police and Fire Pension Board, determined to expire indefinitely. This appointment will fill a vacancy left by Mr. Harold Dalton, who recently resigned, as outlined in 8A.
Second.
Council,
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
yes, Council Chair.
Councilman Saab, go ahead.
So 2 things. First off, I want to thank Mr. Harold Dalton. He served on the pension board for 50 years. So I want to commend him and thank him for his service. Second, Mayor, I thank you for bringing this appointment, but I truly don't believe nothing should be indefinite. I think we should put this to a 2 or 4-year term. I don't think nothing should ever be indefinite. I would support this if there's a term on it, but I will not support it indefinitely.
Sure, we can do a 4-year term.
If I might, Councilman, Gary, Mr. Miyake, is there something put up in our charter that,
Usually the terms are supposed to be limited to the 2 years or 4 years.
2 or 4 years?
Yes. So is it,
Yeah, I believe that's an MCL. There's an MCL on that, Michigan compiled law on that, for 2 to 4 years.
I think it's actually by charter.
And it's also Michigan compiled law states that also. I don't have the number offhand in my top of my head, but I remember going through this previously, and I argued the same thing where it should only be a 2 or 4 year term. And it never,
Yeah, I could try to.
I didn't win. Let's put
I
it
think
that
I could
way.
try to look it up. I mean, normally, you would end up having a term. I mean, you could basically approve it, giving the maximum term subject to an opinion from Corp Counsel, or you could end up saying for a period not to exceed 2 or 4 years, depending on, subject to the opinion of Corporation Counsel.
I like the 2 years because if it works out, you can always reappoint a person in 2 years and reappoint. But, not to say that Mr. Myers won't do a good job, but you just don't know later on in the future what you have where you may have to juggle things around and the mayor may have to do something. And I don't want to take any power away from the mayor to juggle things around.
Yeah, I agree.
Councilman Constant, you had something to say?
Yeah, do we want to make it 2 years?
I'll make
That's
it 2
up to
years.
the person who made the motion.
I'll make it for 2 years.
2 years, okay. Councilman Saab, would you like to amend your motion to make it term of 2 years, to expire in 2 years?
I'd like to amend my motion to make it to expire in 2 years.
So this is, so the appointment starts today, Corp Council, or how does it work? Does it work to 26, 27, or from now till the fall of 27?
If there is a vacancy, then it would be starting now.
Now?
Yes.
Till October 28, 2027, basically? That would be 2 years? From today's date till October 20.
October
28,
27, yeah, 2027.
Okay. So a motion amended by Councilman Saab. Councilman Constant would like to second that motion again?
Second, yes.
Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to 8B, Commission on Women and Girls Appointment.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file the mayor appointment of Ms. Azza Ahmed to the Commission of Women and Girls, term to expire in April of 2027. This appointment is to fill a current vacancy as outlined in 8B.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion? Mayor, administration, thank you for sending the resume. She had an impressive resume. I don't know if she's here. For the record, no relation. I know same last name, but I don't even know how she looks like, but, anymore. But yeah, she had an impressive resume though. So thank you for stepping up and serving your community. Any more discussion, council members? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to 8C, Downriver Utility Wastewater Authority Board of Directors Appointment and Technical Committee Appointments.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council appoint Mohammed Mo Beydoun, mayor, to serve as the city's primary representative for the Downriver Utility Wastewater Authority, DUA, Board of Directors, and Ali Dib, city engineer, as the alternate representative. In addition, appoint Ali Dib, city engineer, to serve as the city's primary representative for the technical committee to the DUA, and John Dancy, DPW director, as the alternate representative as outlined in 8C.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Muscat, seconded by Councilman Saab. Any discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on. Congratulations, Mayor. More stuff to do. Moving on to 8D, Local Officers Compensation Commission Appointment.
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I'd like to make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council concur with the mayoral appointment of the following individuals to the Local Officers Compensation Commission: Mr. Dave Abdullah, Ms. Sue Kaminsky, and Mr. Ray Muscat, with all terms to expire November 2031. These appointments are to fill the vacancies left by Mr. Steve Henry, Ms. Carolyn Jackson, and Mr. Dennis Koski. In addition, concur with the mayoral reappointment of Dr. Ibrahim Dabaja, term to expire in November 2031, as outlined in 8D.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any
Council
discussion? Councilwoman?
Yeah, I got a suggestion. As it sits right now, Councilman Muscat cannot serve on this. Can we, vote on this
Yeah,
in
definitely. I saw
January?
that too. I don't know if,
Can
you
we
mind
vote
if
on it in
we,
January and bring it back in January so he can serve on it?
my question is to start, when does this start, Mayor? This
Well,
committee?
this would, she stands correct. I didn't know Councilman Muscat was gonna get appointed
Yeah.
today.
Right.
But the truth be told, yeah, this is, I don't know, this was
So
a
this is
curveball.
for the new year
Would it
next year, or
hurt
this
it-
is for this year they start?
Well, really, I would just ask our legal counsel, the truth is, I don't think he's really gonna serve until the end of the year. He might not have another meeting. So, I don't know, it ultimately goes back to.
Can we
you
vote
guys.
on this the last meeting of the year then? And then that way it's cleaner?
Why don't we approve everybody but Ray Muscat,
Yeah.
and then I can bring that
Yes.
forward after?
That's
How does that
perfect.
sound?
And
Because I mean, I want to make sure that, and I didn't get you guys the resume names because I figured like, everybody knows who former council chairman Dave Abdullah is, and everybody knows who former trustee and long-term resident Sue Kaminsky is. So I didn't really have a resume brought forward, but I hope that the body can understand why I didn't bring those three names forward. But I know that these are names that the residents already know, the residents see, and they hear from on a day-to-day basis, so. If you may approve the two and leave Councilman Muscat out.
Mayor, if I may.
Restate that to exclude Mr. Muscat.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, 1 second. So Mayor, if I may, because if we have 1, 2, there are already people on the commission right now?
Yes, and then there's Dr. DeBaja that's also getting approved as well.
So this is, because I'm trying to count, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 today, we're appointing.
And you already have 3 that don't need to be appointed.
Okay, and I know we had a
2.
question about this earlier from a resident, so can you explain exactly what does this commission do?
So the Compensation Commission tells us how much all elected officials need to be paid based on what they feel, what they come up with, and they'll do like, data analysis on where the rate of inflation and things that go about. And I figured if there's anybody that understands the community, these individuals need to be 1, former elected officials, 2, people that understand that you are serving and you're not here to get paid, but you're serving from the graciousness of your heart and to give back to the public. But ultimately understand that the stress and the overload that council or treasurer or clerk or mayor ends up having to go through. So that's ultimately what those positions are. I know Barb had that question, Compensation Commission, and that's what their job ultimately entails.
Thank you, Mayor. Any more discussion?
Yeah, Council Chair, could I direct a question to our city attorney?
Sure.
Mr. Mayatki, years back, when we had a vote for increasing the wages of the elected officials, I had brought up something that the city of Detroit did, where they gave raises to certain individuals, but not everybody together. And when I brought that up, I was told it was all or none. Could you look into that to see what the proper format
If
is?
the council wants me to do that, or the mayor wants me to do that, I'll do that. I think the issue, and I remember it being raised, was that the ordinances drafted stated that that's how it had to be done. And I'm not necessarily certain, however, the statute as drafted requires that. And I think that's the basis for the difference.
Well, I believe
So
if
we could
you-
change the ordinance if the state statute provides for that, if that's what the council and the mayor want to do.
I believe if the statute, if you remember the statute, and it's the way it is, then I've since not spending any money looking into it.
Well, I mean, we have
Well, I
a
don't-
council, he's not gonna charge us.
I'm getting paid a salary
Okay, so
at
that,
this
okay,
point,
I'm bringing
so-
that
He can do all
forward
the
to
work
you.
you want him to right
So
now.
I
Well,
was
I'm
like
bringing
13
that forward,
hours
so
yesterday,
if the Mr. Mayor or the council agrees that we should look into it, I believe it's something we should look at instead of, lumping everybody in one lump sum, saying, the mayor deserves a raise, but the clerk doesn't, or the clerk does and the treasurer doesn't, or city council should get this. I think we should look at the whole body of work, what everybody does, and look at it that way. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, and that's what you all here have a vote for.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I
we could
have,
direct them
Gary,
to-
if you don't mind, Mr. Corp Counsel, if you can look into it and report
Sure,
back.
I'll report back.
You send me back, please.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
so
problem.
much. Any, you know what, any more discussion before no more? Councilwoman, would you amend your motion by removing Mr. Ray Muscat after commission?
Yes.
Mr. Council, would you second that?
Yes.
Thank you. Madam Deputy Clerk, did you note that, the amendment? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Moving on to 8E, sale of city-owned property on Outer Drive.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve and authorize the sale of the city-owned property parcel number 33019-030061004, subject to appraisal value, and the utility easement agreement is outlined in 8E.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
who's the sale going to? Who's the buyer? I was looking for it in here, I can't see it.
I think this, I think the, go ahead. So this is just to approve the sale, but in case we approve it for sale, then it has to go for appraisal, then it has to come back to us for final approval. But Mr. Deeb?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Councilman Wenzel, if you look in the package, there is an existing facility. It's like a trailer park.
Yeah.
Right next door. So the current owner wanted to develop on the south side of that trailer park, a section of that property, and develop it for the construction of the 22 apartment buildings. However, that site wasn't large enough, and it's only accessible through a city-owned parcel. Now, the city-owned parcel in question that you have before you is a parcel the city owned in that area, and that is currently only can be used for access to utilities. So the back, we have a sewer lift station in the back on that same owner's property. So he owns the property to the north and to the east. If you look at that photo I included, and in order to access that property, he uses the city's, he needs the city parcel to develop his. So that's one. And two, the issue with the city parcel, the reason the city owns it is it's not buildable. It contains our major utilities in that area, sanitary, storm, water, all served from that parcel, which is why we own it. And furthermore, to the east of that parcel, there is a sewer lift station that is also owned by the city of Dearborn Heights, and that is also accessible through that parcel. Now, that pump station is not on our property, it's on the gentleman's property. Don't ask me why. It was built in 1977, built by the city of Dearborn Heights, but it was put on his property with easement. So he has easement on his property. I have a city-owned parcel that leads to that location, and it can't be built, so that the city's parcel can only be used for surface improvement, a driveway, a parking lot, but it can't be used to build structures of any kind. So it is currently zoned R1, which is residential, but it doesn't have any, it's not buildable. So we made that clear to the gentleman when he brought his development plan that, this is a city-owned parcel. That will give you enough property to your project. However, it can only be used for driveway or a parking lot, surface stuff. Put a garden on it, but can't put structures, can't put foundations. And we also stress that we will maintain an easement for all the utilities. Again, these utilities they serve the entire area in that location. It's got a 30-inch sewer line. It's critical. So we will have easement, and we haven't done the assessment to find out what the value of non-buildable lot in that size, because I wanted to make sure that you guys approve it first. And I believe.
When I went out there, I seen that. I didn't know that was a lift station. That's what that is.
So it's actually.
Sewage, stormwater,
It's sanitary,
sewage.
it's sanitary, and it's fully operational.
Yeah,
I
so that's
visited
on-
it, I visited.
Well, now that you mentioned it, it's on his property.
It's on his property.
So I see nothing but red flags there. I mean, him saying, okay, if you want to keep this, I'm going to charge you $10,000 a month to have this on my property. Otherwise, get it out of here.
So again, I didn't realize there was no records in the city that we actually owned it. The architect who built it in 1977 brought the records, and I contacted Wayne County personally to find out because it dumps into the outfall for Wayne County. So they searched the county RVSDS, the Rouge Valley, and they said, no, it's Dearborn Heights. So we do own it. It's on his property. We do have easement. And the owner and his architect were made aware of all these restrictions on the property, and they all agreed to it. So the plan they put together for the apartment building included all these things, but when it went to the planning commission, they said, well, you have to get the property first. You can't build on it until you sell it.
Now, if this is paved over for a parking lot.
Yes, sir.
Agreed.
Yes.
And say DTE is one of the utility companies in there, I don't know if they are now, or Michigan or somebody. And they have to.
They're not in there.
Well,
DTE is not in
any
there.
one of the utility companies, and they have to.
They're not in there. They're not. DTE is overhead. All the stuff under that property, it belongs to us.
Okay, so if we have to get to it, once a parking lot, who pays for repair of the parking lot?
So this is no different than the street. When I go to replace a sanitary line in the street or a water main, we pay. I mean, this is how we access our water main. When we go to replace a failed water main, we bust the pavement and access it, right? And then we repair it.
So it's gonna cost us a lot more if we have to do underground work there than it does right now, because it's just dirt right now, and then once he paves it or does
Well,
something, we
actually,
have
the
to repair it.
the county just put stones, heavy stone, because they're having issues. If you visited that site, they're having issues on the river discharge, so they need to get heavy equipment across it. Heavy equipment, I mean, very heavy equipment across.
What's the $275,000 price mentioned?
Again, I pulled the card, the assessor calls it the card, which is what the value. This will be the value if this R1 property in that location, that's what it will be worth. R1 residential, single-family residence. But again, this is non-buildable. I mean, I don't know what the true value
valuable,
is.
though.
It is valuable. Which is why we
Valuable
want to
to
hire
somebody.
a licensed assessor, and we will get a true value.
Who
We'll
does the
find out.
assessing and who picks them?
We just, so we,
I know it says subject to appraisal. That's my second
appraised
question.
value, I sent it to, internally, and, Mariana, we have an appraisal that works for the FEMA houses, so Mariana suggested that we use them, and it's a licensed appraisal, we will get a true value. I'm not qualified to put a price on it.
One last question.
Sure.
Is this project, potential project, apartment complex, is that going partially or on the property where the mobile homes are?
So, okay, yes and no. The initial request was the green parcels, part of the mobile home park. The unbuilt part was going to be divided. But when, you can do a lot split, that part that's not built. But the lot split would have given us, or the developer, a non-buildable small lot. It would only be buildable if this is sold to them so they can combine them. And in talking to our assessor, she said, we can do that, provided you approve it. She will do a lot split for the smaller parcel that's not built currently and combine the two. And now you have a buildable lot.
Does that involve the mobile home park property, or how much of it? No, none of it?
Not that I'm.
Okay, all right. Okay, just that vacant area there.
Just the vacant area, yes.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Any more discussion from council members?
Council Chair,
Mayor?
I want you to know that I was at this planning commission meeting, and I spoke to the planning commission meeting, I spoke to Mr. Deeb, and it sucks that the process, I'm not talking, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm talking about the process. The process is an investor comes to the city of Dearborn Heights and says, I want to invest. They get their plans together, they print out their plans, they get night for the planning commission, they go through this entire process. And then they get told, by the building department, this process will work. You go in front of this plan, and then they go through a plan review, and then the city engineer is here, and then the commission is here, and then they say, you can't do it. You gotta reprint your plans, you gotta go through this, you gotta redo this process, and seeing firsthand now, 'cause, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never came as a councilman, I came to a couple of meetings that I knew were controversial, but now that I'm here until 5 o'clock, and I know a meeting starts at 5:30, I walk right in. And I've been watching the zoning board meetings, the planning commission meetings, and I just want to say that we as a community have to tighten up our process. Whatever it is, like knowing that this individual came in here, wanted to build this property, he should have been told beforehand, if you want to do it, you should come out, you should be able to have to buy this property first, and then submit your plans. And then come before this commission, the planning commission, and see if you can get approved. I don't know how we're going to get to that process. But that process has to be streamlined much better. Because this investor should have come here first to see if he could buy this, this plot. Let's just say this today gets denied. This investor just invested easily $20,000 into this project of potentially wanting to do it, and he still doesn't know if he can or can't. To me, there's a flaw in the system here. We have to figure this out, because investors are gonna start coming back and saying, hey, I'm all hands off Dearborn Heights, I don't want to invest. And if they don't want to invest, then we can't increase revenue. If we can't increase revenue, we can't provide more services, and we can't give, we can't bring in more levy. So, to me, I was just like, I'm not talking about this whole project, by the way. I'm speaking about any future project. We have to become more streamlined.
And so I can't tell you I have an answer to it, but I know that there are 7 board members here, council members that could potentially, we can all use their minds, and we can put a plan together. I'm sorry. And figure something else out together.
Well, definitely, Mayor, it's in your hand now. I guess, yeah, we do need better process in the city, in all departments. I think maybe you meeting with Mr. Ali Deeb and the building department can probably come up. I mean, we're willing to help, of course. I was just talking to the assessor earlier, and we're talking about, I know when you were in council, we did vote to vacate an alley, and still till now, the alley has not been transferred to the owner. And she told me that there's not even a process in the city, so it's just been, we voted on something, it's been sent out there, and so I think we need probably your help and Corp Council insight on this to start some kind of process on that too.
It needs to, man.
Please. Thank you. I just want to remind everybody, Councilman Watson, that there is subject to appraisal too, so it's gonna come back to you for final approval. Any more discussion on this from council members? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Moving on to 9 reports from city officials. 20th District Court Judge Lawaki.
Council Chair?
Mayor?
Corporation Council has something.
Yes, I was just going to note, before you move on to the next item, back to item 8A, that the term is a 4-year term for members of the Act 345
Act
Commission.
345, 4 year, you said?
4 years.
So do we need to go and amend it, or?
You should probably amend the motion.
Okay,
If
let
it
me
was
see.
an unexpired term, then to fill the rest of the unexpired term.
Okay.
And if it's a new term, that it would be for 4 years.
All right, so it was a motion by Councilman Saab. Councilman Saab, would you like to amend that to go back to expire in 4 years?
I will amend my motion for it to expire in a 4-year term.
Councilman Constant would like to
Yes.
second that. Excellent. Any more discussion? Council members, I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Madam Deputy Clerk, did you note that? Thank you very much. Moving on to 9A, 20th District Court, tentative agreement between the 20th District Court union employees and POAM.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the tentative agreement between the 20th District Court Union Employees and the Police Officers Association of Michigan, POAM, for ratification, which covers the period from July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2028. In addition, approve the increases for non-union employees as outlined in 9A.
A motion by Councilman Constant. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wenzel. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
was this ever taken to a study session?
No.
Is this, you know? What's up? Okay.
I mean, the question is, this have been gone to a study session? So some things can be talked about.
So
Negotiations.
historically, the 20th District Court handled their negotiations with their union employees.
All the same.
Michelle Atkins, I hope she's still on, but she discussed with me the financial impacts. The financial impacts for this fiscal year have already been budgeted for, so she already took into account the raises needed, so her budget will not have to be amended. The financial impacts for the next fiscal year and the fiscal year after that is only gonna be about 30 to 35,000 a year, so it's not gonna be a large hit to the fund balance. But Michelle Atkins can speak more into the process if she's on. I'm not sure if she's on right now.
Yeah, please unmute her, please. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so typically in the past, well, our last contract, when I wanted to have the study session, I was told I didn't need the study session, so we didn't do the study session this contract period, because we handled it, we did the negotiations in-house, and when it came to the monetary issues, I did go to the finance department as well as HR, and they could look at what was, the monetary issues. A lot of the other stuff was just language changes.
Thank you.
Councilman, you have any questions?
That's it.
So Matty, so you're saying it's only gonna affect next fiscal year by 30,000, so why would we
Yes,
have
so
to?
Michelle can speak more into the financial impact because she has the spreadsheet. But the financial impact for this fiscal year 25-26 has already been accounted for. So there
Okay.
isn't going to need to be a budget amendment, and we aren't going to be taking anything out of fund balance to make this contract work.
Thank you.
Michelle, do you know what, how it's gonna affect next fiscal year? By how much?
So this fiscal year, yes, when we did our budget back in February, we were proactive and was kind of predicting the likelihood of this raise for here, so it was already included in this year's fiscal year, so there'll be no change this current fiscal year. Next fiscal year with the 2%, it's roughly a $20,000 increase, $20,699 for raises for the entire staff, union and non-union. And then the following 2%, because there's a step increase with new hires, if we continue to be hired like we are currently, it'll be 28,000 for the last year of the contract.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Any more discussion from council members? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carries. Moving on to 9B, Treasurer Hicks Clayton, Municipal Disclosure Annual Filing 2025. Do I have a motion?
Council Chair,
Councilwoman?
I'll make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file the City of Dearborn Heights annual disclosure, which includes the 2024 tax year information, levied taxes, tax rates, and tax levies collected as outlined in 9B.
A motion by Councilwoman Breyer. Do I have a second?
Support.
Seconded by Councilman Muscat. Any discussion? See none. Anyway, this is only not on file.
Right.
Madam Treasurer, you have something to say about it, or?
No, I was just going to say this is something we do every year. It's required by state law. Based on the end of our fiscal year, we have 6 months to file this, which is December 31st. This report is prepared and ready. I work with PFM to give them the information. You can take a look and you can see the major taxpayers on page 1. When you go to page 2, you can see the tax rates and millage rates that were approved by this honorable body, as well as other school boards and Wayne County commissioners. You can see at the bottom of page 2, as well as the levies that we collected, what was levied tax-wise, what we collected as a city, which was 95.9%. This past fiscal year for 24 tax year. And with once the county came behind, which by the way, they make us whole, brought us to over 99%. Everything has been collected and accounted for. And then you can go on a little bit more deeper into your police and fire OPEB trust and funding. That's all just general information. You folks just receive, note, and file.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
I was going to say, Council Chair, you spoke to me about study sessions.
I think
You
they're all
decided we
fine.
can do that for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I see no more discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. We're moving on to 9C, Treasurer Hicks Clayton, Investment Portfolio Update, September 30th, 2025.
Council Chair.
Councilman Saab.
Move the Dearborn Heights City Council receive, note, and file the City of Dearborn Heights portfolio dated September 30th, 2025 as outlined 9C.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion? I see none. I see we earned over $1.1 million. Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Keep up the good work.
1.5, Council Chair.
I'm sorry?
1.5 from January till September 30th. We're on target to earn $2 million by December 31st. From what, working with our investment manager.
Well, this, I mean, the motion right here says earned over 1.1.
My bad. It's 1.5.
Okay.
I will stand corrected.
Even better, okay.
Even better, yes.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
what do we do with the money we,
Oh, so, good question. We have to be compliant with Public Act 20, which we are, and the city has a wonderful policy that's compliant with that. And the money, depending on where it comes from, for example, we have so much from water fund, that, like if I invest $1 million from water, the interest has to stay with water. Same thing if it's with major streets, it stays with major streets. Same thing with PEG, we invest PEG money. This is money that we would call idle money. Doesn't mean we don't need it, we do need it, but if I can invest it for a short term based on when I know it's needed, that's where our department heads, we communicate. I know when they need the money, I make sure it's available, but in the meantime, I can invest and make money. That's what we're doing here. We've done it very well. When you look at the stats from previous years, we've been doing very well with that. And again, it stays with that particular fund.
That's good to hear, because I was hoping it wouldn't go into the general fund.
No, the only thing the
bye-bye.
general fund gets out of this is general fund money that we do invest. The only time I can invest general fund money is early on in the fiscal year, because as you know, it's like up here and then through the year, it goes like this.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
Yep.
Councilman, are you all set?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carries. Moving on to 9D, Chief of Staff Hernandez, 2025, Michigan Urban Conservation and Community Grant.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council authorize the acceptance of the 2025 Michigan Urban Conservation and Community Grant as outlined in 9D.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Constant, second by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
does that have anything to do with CEED?
It does not.
Does not? Okay. Just checking.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
So, I read the contract on here, so I think this should go to a study session. You know, we don't know which property, what rights we're giving up, who's involved. None of this stuff explains this to even accept it. And if we accept it, we're under obligation, it says, so.
Councilman, if I may, it's only we're accepting a grant of 19,500, and I
Yeah.
think I went through it, it says you can have site control, you can spend it anywhere.
Okay, so if I may, Council
Go ahead.
Chair, this is a community engagement grant that was highly thought after by our Chief of Staff. This is a company in Maryland, nonprofit corporation that the first time included Dearborn Heights on their grant radar. So it's not a large grant, but it was part of the efforts for the Ecorse Creek flood mitigation. It's a small number, but if you look at the actual timeline and the activities, it calls for a great, and I can't take credit for it. Mariana did all the work. It was for public engagement. It stresses the community outreach and engagement process, development of community planning meetings, educational programs and events. It specifically states that, once approved, you will get the first $10,000, and then after that, excuse me, the 19.5 or the 9,500 become at the end when you submit your program accomplishment or final report. It is a small amount, but for what we're trying to do at the Ecorse Creek, we're trying to combine all these projects, all these smaller grants into one vision, so there's no duplication. Earlier, Councilwoman Breyer indicated that we brought all the partners, I call them the Ecorse Creek partners, to that last Ecorse Creek meeting to show that there is really no duplication. Everything is concentrating on flood mitigation of the Ecorse Creek. So we started with the Corps of Engineers for the big projects, but that's not the only one that's taken place. All these smaller projects, so the DCC is doing that one meandering projects Councilman Wenzel doesn't like, and then the other Friends of the Rouge are doing other things. But these are small efforts, all geared towards addressing flood within the 5 mile.
But
This is small project.
This
I mean,
is more of a community garden.
It's more like community, well, so we're trying to seek, we wanted to involve the
Chair.
community in trying to get input, and then what would you see? I mean, so for the city-owned smaller lots, the ones that we demoed houses on, we can't do major projects, but we can do smaller rain gardens or detention or smaller efforts. I wanted to see what the community will prefer.
Mr.
Thank you,
Deeb.
Mr. Deeb. Mayor, go ahead.
there's two grants, guys, on the agenda.
Right.
Mr. Deeb thinks you're talking about the grant that, you're talking about the conservation grant, and then there's the MIDC
Yeah.
grant.
Yeah, this is the conservation, sir.
For 19,500.
The
Correct.
19.5, yeah.
And there's, are you all set, Mayor, or there's something
That's
else?
it. That's it. I
Okay.
just wanna make sure we're all on the
Just
same
for the
page.
record, there's, I know Councilman Muscat had the question, there's no matching. I looked in the contract.
No,
We don't have to
no,
match this.
no.
There's no match.
So my question is that who's doing these gardens?
We're not doing garden, we're doing community outreach to determine what would be the proper use for these projects. So this is, you look at it to identify environmental, socioeconomical challenges within their communities. So they're very specific as to, community engagement is a big deal for us. We're trying to find sources of fund so we can do these things without having to hit our budget.
So, okay, so let me get back. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is not the one that, there's a
Okay.
second.
What's the purpose of this grant?
To try to develop a plan for the flood mitigations on smaller scale using community engagement for those properties that we bought.
Well, we bought those projects in the future to extend the river, used you equipment on those pieces of property to get to the Ecorse Creek and everything else, but now we're saying, hey, we might build a Ray Garden or something else on there.
What properties are you referring to, sir? We're talking about
The ones we bought through FEMA and demolished.
demolished, those are smaller parcels.
All right, but what-
Located throughout. We put title restrictions, so they can't be developed as residential. So now we need to do something with them, right? And this is the kind of involvement with the public, so we figure out what is it that you want to do.
So basically, this is for collecting data.
Yeah.
We're spending
It's a plan.
19,000 to
It's a
collect
plan.
data to see exactly what we could do with those
What
properties
can
that
be
we
done, what would the
demoed.
resident prefer us to do, you know?
You guys, if I may, I know Mariana's on here, she can probably
Sure.
speak out on this, but if you
Yeah.
also go down to the last page, you'll see the attachment project budget and what you have to work on.
Yeah.
And you'll see community outreach, social media, publications, outreach, catering, and at meetings, $2,000. Like, this is what the grant is telling you, you can only spend the money on.
Right.
And the reality is you only have about $3,000, to be able to put
Concept.
towards this actual whole, or I'm sorry, 7,500 of the entire thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
For development.
Are you good? You want Mariana?
Is Mariana on? Yeah.
I mean,
Ready to talk.
Mr. Dave, I think we're fine. It's, I mean, we got the idea now. It's only just to collect data to see exactly what we could do
It's
with
a plan.
those properties. Any more discussion from anybody? I mean,
Yeah,
if you want,
I have-
unmute.
I do, I have one more question, Mr. Deeb. So this is strictly a city-funded, no third parties are involved in this project, or this initiative?
City's not funding.
No, the
There's
city
no
gets this
city
money,
fun-
the city gets this grant,
Right,
but there's no other third party involved in this?
no, sir,
Okay.
nope, nope.
You wanna, let's hear from Mariana. Mariana?
Yeah.
Chief of Staff, how you doing?
Hi, everybody.
How
Good
you doing?
afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening.
But yes, the mayor explained it clearly. This is a public outreach. It's for 2 meetings with the stakeholders of the community, so all of our residents. The funding is for those meetings as well as for design based on the responses that we get from that. So that eventually, if we do have funding for developing any type of flood mitigation, and flood mitigation is not simply expanding the creek. It could be rain gardens, it could be bioswales, it could be many other things. And that is what we're trying to gather information from our residents to see what they would be interested in seeing. Part of this was for me to go out to Pontiac and check out some other projects that have been completed there. So in Pontiac, they did a walking path that is also a bioswale and a flood mitigation rain garden. So they combined 3 different things and created kind of like a mini park for the residents to go and enjoy nature, while also mitigating the floods. So those are the type of concepts that we want to hear from our residents, because that is the one thing that we've never had enough of, is input from our residents. And it pays for all of that public engagement, which is extremely necessary in our community.
Thank you very much, Chief of Staff. Any more discussion from anyone? You know what, I saw Tim Emery's hand up. Is his hand still up?
Who's that?
Tim Emery from Tifa. No? Good. All right, let's take this to a vote.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah, please unmute him. I don't want to see what he has to say. Mr. Emery?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
You know, we do have the Ecorse Creek meetings, neighborhood association meetings monthly, and it's beneficial for the families to come down and hear what's going on. So that's why we stress to really get them out, and you guys too.
Yes,
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carries. Moving on to 9E, Chief of Staff Hernandez, Michigan Indigent Defense Commission, MIDC Grant Fiscal Year 2026.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council accept the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission for fiscal year 2026 in the amount of $369,405.90 with a city match of $9,879.39, and authorize the comptroller to increase the following general ledger accounts. MIDC grant revenue account number 260-000-548-130 by $83,990, currently budgeted for $285,505, and MIDC expenditures general ledger account number 260-130-848-130 by $83,900, currently budgeted for $285,505. The city matches budgeted for $10,000 in MIDC grant expenditure general ledger account number 101-130-848-130. In addition, authorize the mayor and comptroller to sign the necessary warrants and the treasurer to issue payment in the amount not to exceed $9,879.39 from general ledger account 101-130-848-130 and not more than $369,405.90 from account 260-130-848-130 as outlined in 9E.
Support.
Motion by Councilman Constant, seconded by Councilman Ray Muscat. Any discussion?
Council Chair.
Councilman?
Councilman Constant, we have to make sure we have this right. It was $83,990. You forgot the 90 cents. So we
Yes,
put it on the record.
83,900.
Put it on the record for the 90. Got to have it right.
Got it. Glad to have them back.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just mention too, this saves the city money because what happens is they assign attorneys to go in and talk to prisoners right after they're arraigned and work something out instead of them sitting in jail at the city's expense for a time. When they can, they work out a plea, and then the person pleads and is sentenced and on their way and no longer in custody. It's a program from the state. It started just after I was done in the legislature, and like I say, it saves the city a lot of money in not having to pay for people who are sitting in jail.
Thank you, Councilman. So basically, in plain English, this grant is used for people who cannot afford a lawyer. That's how it kicks in. Any more discussion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carries. Moving on to 9F, Interim Controller Baidoon, Budget Amendments. Councilwoman?
Chair. Excuse me. I'll make a motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the budget amendments to the traffic and mobilization funds, federal forfeiture funds, and general government revenue funds as outlined in 9F.
Second.
A motion by Councilwoman Breyer, seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion?
Do you want all those details read?
Is outlined in 9F?
No, I don't think
They're
so.
outlined.
They're outlined. And do anybody have any questions, discussion on this? Mr. Baidoon?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I wanted to have this discussion earlier, but like I said.
I tried calling you back and it didn't
I know,
work.
I mean, can you explain exactly where the money is coming from and going out?
So, you want to start at the list? We're going to start with the traffic and mobilization?
Yes.
So last year, this council body approved the purchase of radios from Motorola. Although it was, the budget was amended last year, the expense actually happened this year.
Okay.
So the money went back into fund balance and we have to reallocate it back to the expense account. It's already, the purchase has already been approved by council,
Okay.
but it was approved prior fiscal year, so we have to re-amend this fiscal year's budget to match that expense.
Do we ever use that money? Sorry, Council Chair.
Okay, Mayor.
You know, I still have that legislator in me. Did we ever use that money?
No.
Okay.
So that money was allocated for this purchase. The
So
purchase,
so you're saying it went back to fund balance?
yes, so
So
last
this was
fiscal
part
year,
of the whatever we were left in fund balance?
this was traffic mobilization, it's not general fund, it's a different fund
Okay,
balance.
okay.
So traffic mobilization, it's used for police purchases for, I believe it's for like drug enforcement and traffic tickets. Like a portion of the court's revenues go to traffic mobilization strictly for police use of equipment and things like that.
Council Chair. We can thank Officer Bazey for that because he's the highest written traffic for DUIs across the entire state of Michigan.
Thank you, Officer Bazey.
I don't want to meet him.
Keep it off. You don't want to see him on the street, huh?
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's give him a round.
so basically, in June, the police came forward and asked to use that money to purchase radios. The budget was amended for the fiscal year 2024, 2025, but the expense didn't end up happening in 2024, 2025. So in order to properly assess, like formally amend the budget this year, because the expense actually happened this year.
Okay.
That's the same thing with the federal forfeiture expenses. If you recall, we had to purchase 10 vehicles for the police department for like $741,000, but they were purchased in increments. It was purchased 3 vehicles, then 2 vehicles, then 2, then 1. A few of those vehicles ended up being purchased this year. So the remaining expenditure that was allocated last year went back into forfeiture fund balance, and now we have to reallocate it this year to match the expense to what was previously approved.
Okay.
And then there is a question regarding the public assistance COVID grant. I don't know 100% of the information. Mariana can speak to that if she would like. But basically, the $2.9 million was expected for that grant. However, when we went ahead and tried filing, and I wasn't part of the grant to begin with, but there were issues in terms of tracking and expenditures, so not all expenditures were approved. The total amount, I believe, was around $700,000 to $800,000, and we received some of it last fiscal year, and this is the remaining payment for $400,000.
Yeah, I'm sorry, can you unmute
Yeah.
Chief of Staff? Chief of Staff, can you hear us?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, yeah, can you tell us more about the public assistance COVID grant?
Yeah, so that grant was applied for and managed by the fire department when I came on board. And when Lisa Martin retired, that grant kind of fell in the controller's lap. And apparently a lot of the information that should have been tracked as far as how people were getting paid, who was coming into work during COVID, all of those years, it wasn't tracked properly. We never created separate payroll sheets. Everybody continued to get paid whether they were working or not. So it was really hard to justify that to the grant compliance people. I know Mr. Beydoun and myself spent hours looking at payroll sheets from the years that we weren't working in the city. And ultimately, this is what ended up getting approved. We did receive another 400-ish thousand the prior year, as he mentioned. And that concludes the 2 grants from COVID. But unfortunately, yes, the city lost a lot of money that it could have received from COVID if things had been tracked properly by the prior administration.
Thank you very much, Chief of Staff. Yeah, that's really sad.
And then the electric grant, Clerk Senya, she's not here right now, but basically that's a grant that was received, that wasn't budgeted for, so it allows us, basically goes into fund balance. So these 2 items will allow us to increase the fund balance by $500,000. Now, we did just pay for the Warren Valley Golf Course parking lot, so it pretty much offsets it, but it helps us a little bit.
Any more discussion from any council members? I see none. Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to 9G, Parks and Recreation Director, Purchase and Payment, Event Tent and Decorations.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the purchase and payment of a 33-foot inflatable tent and Christmas decorations for the Christmas tree lighting ceremony in the amount of $4,822 to be paid out of the 2025-2026 Parks and Recreation Program budget, account number 101-691-887-000, which has an available balance of $47,000 as outlined in 9G.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion?
Council Chair?
Councilman?
Did we ever get that truck? We all stood up and sang Christmas carols on. Are we getting that again? or
You know,
is it
it's
taking
from
place?
Oakland County, the
State?
trailer.
Okay, so we're not getting that anymore?
I think Director has new plans for this year, new
Okay.
big plans.
I mean,
What
we
about
will have
order
the
to three, too?
talking about the mobile stage.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we'll be getting that
Yeah,
from
you'll be up
Wayne
there,
County.
Ray. I'll have everybody leave to hear me sing.
Go ahead, Director. You wanna-
So just basically, quickly, in the mayor's first 20 minutes, he set new expectations of what he expected from all of our special events, especially for our next one at Christmas time. So that just triggered basically a global logistics to get all the equipment we need to create this memorable experience for all of our residents and children. So that's what it is.
Thank you,
Council Chair?
Mayor?
If you all go on the city website, which I know all of you did, if you did your backup and looked at things, you went on the city website, and the first thing that popped up was stay tuned. Stay tuned, thanks to our IT and our cable and everybody. And really, the message is stay tuned, because we are about to experience, thanks to all of the directors, our library director, our comptroller, the treasurer, the clerk, everybody, including the council members. We've put out a challenge in our minds. It's eventually gonna go to the public, just not yet. We're gonna get past Halloween. We are going to challenge the city of the East. We're not gonna say its word, but it starts the first part of our city name. And we've told them that we are going to have the best tree lighting ceremony in the country. And then I found out that they increased their budget to $60,000, but we're spending $4,000. But the good news is, and if the reporter wants to write about this, Sue, you're more than welcome to. We are going to win. We are going to exceed over 2,000 people at this, because I'm manifesting that it's gonna be so cold and so big that everybody's gonna love what our director is going to provide. And so please, I ask you guys to approve this, because we can't lose. And I know Chief Brogan actually has his own challenge right now with the fire, yep, and he'll talk about that shortly, about how our fire department is gonna be decorated a lot nicer than the neighboring city that starts with the first part of our city name.
Thank you, Mayor. Great job, Director. I mean, you're doing amazing stuff, and thank you for wearing the city pin and representing the city. That's amazing. Any more discussion from council members? I see none. Let's take this to a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carries. All right. We have no petitions. Comments from council members.
Council Chair.
Councilman?
May I start?
Sure.
I just want to say thank you for putting your trust in me. I know I'm going to be here for 3 meetings, but as
Three more.
3 more meetings, I
And the Christmas event, too.
we'll see how cold it is, okay? But anyway, I just want to say thank you. I made a vow to our new mayor that I would do anything that I could possibly do, volunteer to help turn this city around, help unite this city, so we stop the infighting. It's only 8:34, and this meeting has gone by reasonably well. And it's just a tribute of what's going on when people work together. And I just want to say one other thing, and this is no disrespect to any council person at all, but I just want to say, in the last 5 or 6 months, Councilman Hassan Saab has really, really impressed the daylights out of me. I mean,
That means a lot, right, coming from you.
I'm just flabbergasted by what he gets accomplished in the way he gets it accomplished. He's done things and got them accomplished on things I wanted to get done 5, 6 years ago.
Let's give him a round of applause for Councilman Saab. Great job, Councilman.
And you took the bull by the horns, you ripped them off, and let them grow new horns. So I appreciate that, sir. You really have impressed me. Thank you.
Ray. Honestly, Council Chair, thank you, Ray. Honestly, it means a lot coming from you, because you were one of my hardest critics
Yeah, I was.
So, and I
really was,
appreciate
so.
it. I take that to heart.
I mean, just to add to Councilman Saab, I do have a 5G tower next to my house, and some of the cables fell down. And instead of me calling DPW first, which I did, and Director Dancy did answer, but I did call Councilman Saab because he's the cable expert.
Yeah, he is.
He's the cable expert.
He's the king.
And he showed up right away too. So thank you, Councilman Saab, for all the amazing job, and thank you for the Director of DPW. He always on top of his stuff too. And actually DTE showed up, and other companies showed up too and took care of it.
Just to put on the record, a councilman called me for a complaint in the city.
One other thing, I want to thank Councilman Constant for taking the appointment, because I didn't really want him to leave council at all. You're a good councilman, and the city needs you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more comments from
Council Chair?
Councilman? Councilman, go ahead.
Yeah, just when I thought I was out the door, but I can't think of a better person to take over my term than Councilman Musket. And as I mentioned before, I mean, we do have some serious challenges ahead, and I'm glad to lend my experience. I too said to our mayor, anything I can do. I should have put some reservations on that, but I didn't. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
Hey, real quick, Mr. Mayor, who won the football game Saturday?
Come on.
Yes. Go blue.
He's got a Michigan hat.
Go green, go
Hey,
white.
you know, I think
Since
you're
you guys all
supposed to be wearing, I think you were supposed to be working at VIP Car Wash with a Michigan shirt on.
Where's that?
I believe you were supposed to be doing that.
Somebody borrowed my hat.
Yeah.
Any, Councilman, go ahead.
Council Chair. First of all, I want to thank Councilman Ray Muscat and Councilman Constant for stepping up. We do have a lot of challenges ahead, but we got to work as a team to move the city forward. The city's been down, but it's not out. And you got to lead by example. If the city goes down, we all fail. We fail every resident. So it's on everybody on this body to do what's right and do in the best interest of the city. Ray, thanks again, man. The comments really matter.
You deserve it. You can't.
Thank you.
I'm not sugarcoating anything. I would not say that if you weren't doing what you're really supposed to be doing, and you got a way of doing it better than I ever did, and I thank you for that.
No problem. Tomorrow, the police department is having a trunk or treat in the parking lot at 5:30. Public is more than welcome to join. Also, it's Halloween this Friday. Please be careful at night. People are crossing. We got some dark areas in the city. We're working on getting more lights. I promise you that. But please be careful. Kids are gonna be running, crossing the streets. Drive with caution. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any more comments from council members? Councilwoman, please.
Yeah, I don't know who I would address this, who I should ask this question. I'm getting a lot of calls. City Hall was unlocked this past weekend, for the weekend. What are we doing to find out why this happened? Are we reviewing security tapes to see who would have been the last person out and didn't lock it? Or did somebody open it during the weekend and just leave it maliciously? Because, you know, I'm sure there's a few extra keys out there that we're not aware of. Personally, I only have the key fob, and I know you probably only do too. Who has keys to City Hall and had the ability to unlock it?
Anybody
I
can-
can
Mayor, can you answer that?
DPW.
Since, you know, because we got a couple of calls, I don't think we got a ton of calls, but we did get calls. So you do know that we still have our DPW, I want to say ordinance, our DPW department still works here. And what was happening, and when you leave on the weekdays, or I'm sorry, on the weekends, it automatically locks. And so one of the supervisors put a piece of tape, his name is Chris, he's been with the city for 27 years, put a piece of tape so that it wouldn't lock anymore. So that they'd be able to come in and out to be able to do the work that they were doing. And when they took off, they forgot to take the tape off after they left. There was a call that was made, it was put back, nothing went missing. Every door inside City Hall is locked. And so everything was, you know, I was briefed on it after I had not known until after the call was made. So, but what I can say is, there was a call, somebody, a resident seen it, a call was made. Chris had said, I had just left, he took the tape off, the door was closed, so.
Okay.
It
Did we
wasn't anything
review
malicious, I don't think it was anything with bad intention. It was-
Sure.
And everybody has the same, all of you have the same lock to be able to come into City Hall on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
I believe it was a DPW employee that had left, and they forgot to remove the tape.
Okay, because I just wondered if we looked at the security tapes just to verify no one
They were-
was in
they were
City
looked
Hall?
at. They were looked at. Nothing came in. A resident passed by, looked at it, made a call. Cops showed up, the tape was removed.
All right, yeah, because we've got a lot of personal information in the City Hall that needs to be secure.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Are you all set?
Yeah.
Any more comments from council members?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
First of all, I want to congratulate all the appointees that were appointed tonight. Hope you'll do a good job, and I know you will. Once again, I want to thank all the volunteers for our Stop the Madness, Stop Sign Awareness program we had last weekend. I was asked why it was only for one weekend, and that's not the case. It was a kickoff program, and we're doing it. As a matter of fact, we have volunteers, did it yesterday, did it today, and they have a sign, they're welcome to go out anytime they want to any intersection, and we do have a few signs if anyone wants to sign up for that. This Friday is Halloween, and to piggyback on the stop sign awareness issue, this weekend, there'll be more people crossing intersections than any other day of the year, this Friday. And that's why we decided to kick it off the weekend before Halloween. Thanks again to all the volunteers that came out and spent their time making this a good thing for our city, in my opinion. Also, I was wondering if we had an update on the City Beautiful Commission. Do we have an update on the City Beautiful Commission?
So I actually had a conversation with the clerk, believe it or not. I've been kind of leaning on the clerk a lot, just because like I'm new in this role. And so we are putting together a body that we can go out and appoint, but I kind of want to give it to the appointment to start to be January 1st of the new year. And so let that administration be able to come out and choose, let that body be able to come out and concur with it, and let's be able to move that City Beautiful Commission. But there are some things that I am going to talk about shortly from comments from the mayor.
Now, are we taking applications for
Yeah,
commissioners?
we're gonna open that up.
How they go about doing
We're
that?
gonna be able to do it online, and we're gonna be able to publish things on our city website and on our social media. We're gonna be very digital.
Also, it was stated by the people on this city council in the past that they were gonna start doing a lot of things for veterans, and I noticed, or I knew, that Veterans Day is coming up in a few weeks. And I haven't heard anything that is planned for our veterans on Veterans Day to honor them or do anything. And I know it's a short notice, but maybe we should try to do something between now and then for our veterans. And that, I believe Veterans Day is November 11th. Yep, always November 11th.
Mayor, do you have any answer for that?
Well, again, this was a thing that I believe, we tried to put something forward, this entire body, when I was on there too, the past administration, we got a lot of pushback. I'm sure Councilman knows it was your resolution that we tried to support and put forward. And, you know, I believed it was passed, but again, the administration didn't allow us to really follow up to be able to appoint anybody. They were being told that things were being done illegally. I'm sure you saw that there was a lot of pushback from other residents. I don't think this body, including myself, gave any pushback. I think the pushback came from the prior administration, which again, I don't want to kind of tackle back things in the past. I kind of want to move the city in a different direction. Hopefully in the new year, a lot of these things will be determined on the new administration. There's still an election day, November 4th.
Yeah, we approved the commission and the appointees, commissioners, I believe.
We tried to say that the council can approve and the mayor can approve. The mayor chose not to approve and said that, remember when we tried to put
Yeah,
Phil Smith?
yeah.
And he reached out and said, hey, the mayor told me that this is illegal, I can't be a part of it.
That's what I was getting at. I said, we approved the commission and the appointees, and then nothing was, and every appointee has contacted me several times since then. And say, hey, when are we gonna do something about this? And I told him, I said, well, it's out of our hands right now. So I'm hoping that we can get that moved forward really quickly, before the end of the year even. Maybe by Veterans Day.
I mean, if you can reach out to them and you want to plan something and help me reach out to the administration.
I will.
I mean,
All right.
myself
Yeah,
and some
okay.
of the team. I'm all open. I'm sure we can get our Parks and Recreation Director this short notice, but look, we just put together the passing of Ruth Canfield. It was a beautiful ceremony. I would love to be able to do something here at City Hall as well. I don't see why we can't do it.
We'll
so
talk about it.
Give me a call tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you.
Councilman, all set?
Yes.
What was
yes,
your
sir.
event called?
Stop the madness?
Stop the Madness. Well, I do want to thank you for, stopping
thank
the
you, man.
madness. Actually, it's a great event. So thank you for that initiative. And also I want to mention that few volunteers, they did start something called, in memory of Joey Smith, Crossing Guard, with partnership with Dearborn Heights firefighter. It's happening all this week. Was spearheaded by trustee Leslie Windless, I think Madam Treasurer on it too, and Ms. King, Mrs. King. So that's another amazing initiative. So a few volunteers there are helping, in partnership with the fire department, they are helping to cross guard by the school district. So I do want to thank them for that too. I do thank Councilman Winston for that initiative as well. I do want to congratulate the new appointees. I do thank you for taking the step and willing to serve. I mean, by having Councilman Muscat and having Councilman Constant, many years of knowledge and experience. So we're really lucky to have you back on council. And last, I know Councilman Saab did mention the trunk or treat tomorrow in the police department. But lastly, today is the First Responders National Day, so I would like to acknowledge and salute our heroes in the fire department and the police department. Please give them a round of applause. By that being said, we're moving on to announcements.
Council Chair.
Mayor?
I'll be brief. First and foremost, congratulations to former councilman and new councilman Ray Muscat.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, and it's somebody that I've leaned on for many, many years. Congratulations on one more year. You would have to run, and then you'd have to do one more year. Then you'd have to run for 4 more years if you chose to do all of that. Next up, I want to say thank you to the council for accepting those appointments. I also want everybody to know what happened at City Hall. I was gonna bring up, I know the councilwoman brought it up, so I'm glad we were able to address that. Ordinance. I want to say that we moved in the direction with, Mr. Smiley, AKA, his real name is Hussein Farhat. His position will stay until December 31st. But I want him to know that he's somebody that cares, he's somebody that's gonna bring a different perspective, and he's somebody that's gonna tackle on a lot of the issues. And today was his first day. He started at 9 a.m., got sworn in originally by the clerk, came back over here. We had a quick meeting with the ordinance department. We told them our expectations, the importance of keeping things anonymous. Right now, Councilwoman Breyer picks up the phone and calls about this house. Nobody should know that the councilwoman called. This is very, very alarming. I expressed my concerns about this, and I think all residents need to know that if you have an issue, pick up the phone and call our ordinance department. Do not feel like, they should never feel like somebody's gonna go and say, so-and-so called, your neighbor called, or this person called. And if a resident demands to know who it is, you're protected. And if you're not being protected, those who accidentally slipped up will be dealt with. But there's a zero tolerance for that. Next up, they talked about it here a little bit. The Dearborn Heights Police Department tomorrow is hosting their first ever trunk or treat. I ask that you guys please come out and support. Show our support to our police officers. Bring your children, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your dogs. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy that time with our first responders. November 11th, I'm gonna get with Councilman Wenzel. We're gonna talk about doing a veterans event here at City Hall. And maybe we can get this with some of our department heads to be able to work things out for us. So thank you for that. Also, I know a lot of recognition was given to Councilman Saab today by Councilman Muscat. I could not see the smile go from ear to ear. It was nice to be able to see smiles. It was nice to be able to see that the body was all working together. That's the most important part. And if you could work together to get my $200 from him, I would love for him to just pass
You're
that
a Michigan
forward.
State fan, you'll never see that $200.
But lastly, I had this conversation, and there's gonna be a letter that's gonna be going out very soon about talking about what to do with your leaves. You cannot blow them out in the street. We are not a city that picks up. I know a lot of our individual residents, our elderly, our seniors, reach out to organizations like Jamie's Kids, or reach out to organizations like the Amity or Zaman, you can reach out to these organizations and say, give me a hand. Better yet, reach out to me. If I can get to some, I would help out. I know Councilman Saab has pledged to be even pay for people's stuff. So who knows?
$200, right?
$200 worth.
Just for the record, I do not owe him $200.
But please remember, you cannot blow your leaves out onto the street. You're gonna clog these catch basins. You're gonna cause more flooding.
Yep.
And so please remember, we have some nice weather coming before us, to remember to clean out your streets. I had a conversation with DPW director and some of the supervisors. We're sending out street sweepers a lot more than we thought. Yes, I know, we're sending them out a lot more than what they were. They're on Tulane Street, they told me today. But what they told me was, a lot of the streets are seeing a bundle amount of leaves. And what happens is the street sweeper picks it up. Then they have to go back to DPW, clean out that, and then go back there. And so when we are asking them to be out there, we can't clean the streets if the streets are covered with a bunch of leaves that we have to come back and dump. And so now technically we're picking up leaves, and we're not supposed to be doing it because then it's damaging our trucks. So please, I'm learning a lot of this. I'm spending a lot of time with our director Nancy and asking him, like, how do we make things more effective? And so I want you guys to know, please have a conversation with your neighbors. If you see a catch basin in front of your house, I know it's not your job, it's on us to clean it, but the street sweeper can't clean all of them. So please try to clean those up, be a good Samaritan, and help out your neighbors. God bless you. And lastly, Halloween is this Friday. It's gonna be the first time in 7 years that we see Halloween on a Friday, which means you're gonna probably see a lot more children out there. Please be cautious, please be vigilant, pass out candy, expose your home to the children that come and knock on your door and pass something out if you can. We know that there's a government shutdown and things are a bit, scared and people are going through a lot of struggles. But please remember, let's not take away this holiday. Let the children enjoy this, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, God bless you too, Mr. Mayor. You did a better job than the library director in the announcement today.
I haven't had a chance yet.
He hasn't come up yet.
You took his spark. Any more announcements? Director?
Council Chair, you can't beat his voice, so.
Yeah.
Morning.
Hello, Council Chair and Mayor. Just want to talk about a couple of items. First off, I want to thank all the residents and vendors who participated in our trunk or treat this year. It was the best we've ever had. It was a very good-natured crowd. There wasn't too much mischief. It went really, really, really well. So I want to thank everyone who did that. I do have a quick list here, so I'll go through it. Clerk Lynn Senia, the Fire Department, the Police Department, DPW, Lisa McCaffrey, Denise Starr, Elizabeth Link, Friends of the Dearborn Heights Library, Jamie's Kids, League of Women Voters, Rihanna Masri, Rotary Club of Dearborn Heights, Sina Al-Siyagi, Marwa Ayash, CK Librarians, the Gotham City Heroes, Izzy and Megan, CK staff Ben Stephen and honorary CK staff Stephanie Stephen, the Thrones, Library Outreach Manager AJ Wyatt Moyer and Jim Moyer, and Amber and Llewellyn Green. Anyway, I was really, really happy with it. There's always lessons we can learn, but it was probably the best we've ever had. So thanks. We also had our retro fun kits completely delivered to over 400 seniors in the area. Thanks to AJ Wyatt Moyer for coordinating the effort, and the 13th District Grant and Rashid Talib for funding assistance. We will be working on Christmas cookie delivery next, which is around 1,000 of those we usually do, due to go out early in December. Finally, the winter open house at JFK will be Saturday, December 13th from 12 to 4. Join us for hot cocoa, music, tree decorating, a raffle, and maybe some surprise guests. Should be a blast, so hope to see you there. As other people in departments or other departments have said, stay tuned, because we will be helping with the tree lighting as well. So that's all for now. Thanks for your time, and see you at the library.
Thank you, Director.
Council Chair, just to echo Director's, about the trunk or treat at the library, I was there. Man, that line wrapped around the block. It was insane.
It went kind of fast, too.
Yes,
It was usually when you have a line that long, you get a few more complaints, but it seemed to go pretty good. And
The director had everything to the T, so thank you again, Director.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I had a wedding, but Councilman Saab did brief me with all the pictures and the video, and I do want to thank the police explorers. They were there to help.
Yes, they were a big
with the
help.
police. And
She married you again? What's up? She married you again?
No, I was attending a wedding.
Council Chair? Can I go next? I just wanted to remind everyone that next Tuesday is the general election. We will be open, the clerk's office will be open this Saturday from 8 to 4, so if you would like to come in and vote in person, you can do that up until Monday at 4 o'clock. If you have received your absentee ballot and have not yet turned it in, please do so as soon as possible. That gives our lovely backroom staff a chance to verify and check all of the signatures. You can turn your ballots into any drop box throughout the city until 8 o'clock on Election Day. So that's John F. Kennedy Junior Library, Richard A. Young Center, the Justice Center, and City Hall.
Deputy Clerk,
Yes.
maybe want to remind people that received an absentee ballot, they can't go to the voting polls to vote unless they have that, turn that absentee ballot in, correct?
That's not true.
No? Is it they changed the law?
So, yeah, so you can, if you received an absentee ballot, you have a lot of different things you can do. You can actually not bring it with you. You can go ahead and vote, and they'll call the clerk's office, and we'll go ahead and reject that
Okay.
previous ballot. They can take their ballot, and they can choose not to vote it. They can surrender it to the polling, to election inspectors. Or they can actually take that absentee ballot and vote that one now. So that's new.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Wanted to help out.
Pardon me? Shh, we want votes anyway. She's one of our election inspectors.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Madam Deputy
Thank
Clerk. Councilwoman, you had the announcement?
No, we don't have anything
Nothing?
left this
All
month.
good? No more announcement from city officials? I guess not. Moving on to public comments. Any comments? Please state your name, street, city, and you have 3 minutes.
Council Chair, while he's walking up there, I noticed, Billy Director Wickle Rotland's been really busy during this whole meeting. I've been watching his video. He's been looking at, he's been looking at prints and checking stuff out. Good job, Rick. Keep up the
Council
good work.
Chair, I actually asked Rick, I said, can you just I know you're always watching the meeting. Can you please show us your face? And he's like, well, I live on a farm. You're gonna see not my face, a bunch of things behind me. He said he owns a bunch of horses and I was gonna see horse manure, but I see nothing but him working. So that's great. That's good to know.
Thank you, Mayor. Sir, please go ahead.
Mike Blackburn, Arnold Street, Dearborn Heights. One thing earlier, on the LLCC, that was, mishandling by the previous administration. All those appointments should have been done before October 1st. So I'm glad that was caught. I'm glad that was done. Now the LLCC has a very short window because they meet every 2 years on the odd years, and they have a very short window on when they can do this. And in the past, it's always been on the first meeting in December for city council to vote on. If city council rejects it, then you need 2/3, you need five out of 7 to reject it. Otherwise, it automatically takes effect. So I don't know if you're gonna have to have a special meeting in December if they can't get it done by the first meeting, because there's only a 45-day window. It's very narrow when they can meet, and they've already lost the entire month. That's 30 days that they already lost. So if anybody wants to know, they can look in the city charter. The boards and commissions and their duties are all outlined in there. If anybody in the LLCC is not sure, please take a look at city charter, read it, because you have a really shorter window than normal. And one thing I forgot to mention, water still does not roll uphill on Arnold Street. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any more comments in person? I see none. Madam Deputy Clerk, let's move to Zoom. Please state your name, street, and the city you live in.
Jose Anani, Lawrence Drive, here in Dearborn Heights. Sorry I had to step away earlier. I came back to be with my family for a personal matter, but I just wanted to thank everybody for the consideration and just congratulate everybody for their appointments. And I wish you all the best of luck. We're all watching and we're all hoping, I think, for just a new leaf to be turned. So I just want to say that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anani, and thank you for stepping up and accepting the nomination and actually, having the will to serve the community. We do thank you for that. Any more comments,
Council Chair?
Councilman?
I took Mr. Blackburn's comments to heart. We might appoint, instead of Councilman Musket, because Rose Trepepi to our, as the other person to our Officers Compensation Commission.
Yes.
No, it wasn't me, I didn't get fired, it was just you.
Rose was still being paid by the city to do work, and you can't be an employee or an elected official or otherwise engaged. So that was why.
Double dipping.
But, well, it's not about double dipping, it's about you being influenced in
Is it
terms
the
of
election,
vote.
committee?
Union corruption.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you work the
Doesn't work for the
polls?
city now.
no, she doesn't know, so.
Smart bus, yeah, you were,
Oh,
Councilman.
I should have been a
Council
short
Chair,
one,
Motion
but.
adjourned.
Okay, I see no more comments from anybody.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Saab, seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Thank you very much, everyone. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's 9:01. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll improve next week.